1 second here. It's been a mad scramble today so far.
Really, bro.
All right, so we got another episode, Cigar Talk Toronto, and tonight we got AreWhy with us. He is the owner of Gunz And Butterz right here and co-founder of the Brotherhood 603. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for having me, man.
Just unwinding, man. It's at time of recording, it's Friday night, but I'm just unwinding, about to settle into my birthday weekend.
What's up, man? Happy birthday, bro.
Appreciate it. I got
Yeah.
my actually this episode's gonna come out Sunday, which is my birthday day, so it'll be up Sunday at 8 p.m. and I'll be smoking a cigar to this one.
Hey, bro. That's what's up, man.
What before we get into the jackets and the Gunz And Butterz and all that, tell me about the Brotherhood. What's the Brotherhood?
Brotherhood, so got me into the whole clothing business was getting into hip hop. So I don't know if you follow my personal page on IG, the All White God one. I made a post yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, showing my old room when I was 16 years old, right?
Yeah.
So I started getting into hip hop and I started listening to Bobito, Stretch Armstrong, you know what I mean? 89.9. Every Thursday, 1 to 5. That was like faithful for me, you know what I mean? I'd get my cassette tapes, go record, you know what I mean? Go to school the next day with the exclusive bangers nobody had, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I got put on really through that I got put on by Ill Bill through, before they were nonfiction. I don't know if you're familiar with them, nonfiction.
No, not enough.
Nah.
No.
Okay, so yeah, they're a group, you know what I mean, underground rap group called Nonfiction, and he was the one that put me on to like Bobito and all that. But my older brother, shout out to him, he put me on to Rap Attack. Remember the Rap Attack on WBLS?
Yeah.
That's some throwback shit, right? So I used to throw on my little headphones, lay down in the bed at night, just listen to hip hop. So anyway, moving forward, just listening to hip hop, I always wanted to produce and just get into the game. And then I started making beats through this thing on PlayStation called MTV Music Generator.
On
So
PlayStation?
on PlayStation, yeah. So they made it. It's basically just like a Fruity Loops or something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, but it was on PlayStation. So it taught dudes how to make beats, and it was also sponsored by Funkmaster Flex. So he was on the cover of it and all of that. So we learned how to make beats with that, and then me and my younger brother, pardon me, Thanos Beats. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's produced a lot of shit, man. You know what I mean? We decided let's do a group together, and since we're brothers, he's my little brother.
Yeah.
We just let's call it Brotherhood 603.
Okay, okay.
The
So
603 part, yeah, my bad.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
The 603 part comes from us living on 60th Street and 3rd Avenue. So a lot of people think the 603 is an area code from New Hampshire. I had people hit me up like, yo, you from over there? I'm like, nah, that's 60th and 3rd, Brooklyn. You know what I mean? So Sunset Park, and that's where Brotherhood 603 originated at. So, you know, we started doing our music, you know what I mean? Then, you know, so I always had the passion for the hip hop. It's always been in my heart, man.
All right. So if you don't know, now you know. Um, so you guys you produce you make beats, you do production stuff too?
Yeah, I do beats, you know what I mean? I mostly use FL Studio,
Yeah,
but my little brother, he's nasty with it. You know what I mean? My brother Thanos Beats,
yeah.
he's stupid, bro. This guy's like, he uses the MPC, FL Studio. He's got the machine. You know what I mean? My dude sings and all that shit. This dude's wild with it. He spits fire. You know what I mean? So I got a project coming out soon. He gonna be on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, my brother's nasty with it, man.
Okay. You see, I didn't even know about your other page until like I think it was 2 days ago. This whole time I thought it was just a Gunz And Butterz thing.
Nah, Gunz And Butterz comes from just my passion of this music, man. You know what I mean? Like that's where that comes from. If it wasn't for the music, there probably won't be no Gunz And Butterz. You know what I mean?
I think
But
and to be honest, I take a lot of the stuff that I do from hip hop as well. I've been very influenced by hip hop. I've been a hip hop head my whole life since a kid. You know, I can't rap, can't produce. So I'm grateful I kind of found some way to be involved somehow in hip hop. And it's
Yeah,
been through the podcasting thing, and it's been a blessing and a full circle moment, you know?
that's what's up, man. Yeah, the
So
podcast is big now. Yeah, that's what's up.
so for the cigar smokers out there, I'm gonna be smoking the Arturo Fuente Selection Privada number one, and I'm gonna pair that with proper 12 Irish whiskey.
That's what's up.
And for the bud smokers out there, I know you're smoking some bud over there.
Yeah, yeah, I'm smoking some Gorilla Glue right now, So shout out to my potheads and all that. Shout out to the cigar smokers too, man. You know what I mean? That's official right there. So
What's what's the laws like in New York when it comes to weed? Can you grow your own weed?
you are allowed to grow your own weed over here. I believe it's up to 10 or 12 plants, something like that. And
Really?
yeah, and the carry laws, you can walk around with 3 ounces over here, which is crazy because, bro, I remember when you couldn't have a dime bag on you. Like,
Mm.
I remember one time I went to a building like a few blocks down and go see the dread, get a dime bag of weed, and cops would run up in the hallway. And they're like, "What you doing here?" So I'm just like, "Yo, I'm here to see some girl," you know what I mean? And they're like, "Who's the girl?" So I'm just like trying to finesse these dudes, but like, "Who's the girl?" And I'm just like, "Yo, some girl from the 10th floor, whatever," you know what I mean? So they're like, "Yo, call her up. If she can't come downstairs, then we take you in for trespassing." I'm like, "Damn, what is she? A dime bag of weed, my nigga is crazy." So to
Yeah,
be able to carry 3 ounces now is wild. You know what I mean? It's unheard of. You know, nobody carry 3 zips, not for personal. You know what I mean? Unless you're hustling. But yeah, it's wild, man. I remember when they first passed the law. DMX passed that same week. So they did the memorial for him by Barclays Center.
oh, so that's real recent that they passed as well then.
Yeah, DMX. Yeah, this wasn't recently. This was like wow, DMX passed like 3 years ago, I think. 3, 4 years ago.
Uh, Probably
Yeah,
3, 4 years, somewhere around there.
yeah. So when he passed away, they did the memorial for him on at Barclays Center right here in Brooklyn. And I went over there with my son, and I sparked up right next to a cop, and it was so surreal, bro, because I'm like, yo, I could have never do this, bro, before. And the fact that I could do this now on Atlantic Avenue, in front of the Barclay, and there's a cop right next to me, it just bugged out to me. Man. But yeah, the noise is wild over here now. Like, it's cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember, way back, even before they legalized it here. So across the country is legal. You could grow your own. I think, don't correct me, I might not be right, but the personal allowance is maybe an ounce. Um, but even before then, it was decriminalized. So if you got caught with a certain amount, it wasn't even a ticket. It was nothing. It was just, toss it in the garbage and go about your business.
And I wish they did that over here. These cops over here be assholes. So
Mm.
I could imagine how much they, excuse me, I can imagine how much they hated it when they passed the law to make it legal over here because the weed was always their little way to stop you, pull you over, tell you, yo, your car smell like weed, start toasting your car when your car never smelled like weed. You know what I mean? That's
It's
just their little
um
shit.
it's just another way to collect revenue and lock people up.
Yeah, yeah. So it's cool that they got the law now, but
But like
you know,
the way I look at it, you're taking a plant that grows naturally from the earth. How the fuck can you make that illegal?
I feel you. But in defense of that, heroin is also a plant grown from the earth. So is cocaine.
Yeah, but you see, cocaine, like there's a whole process to make cocaine. It's not just, the leaf.
Yeah, I feel you.
You
I
know what I
feel you.
mean? Like, and the whole thing is like because we got two different completely countries, right? So up here, well, I guess up here kind of operates similar to like I think, California, New York, Illinois would probably be along the same wave as Canada is in terms of safe injection, and they essentially promote you getting high now.
Right, right. I feel you.
Um, but I look at it like you look at when you get to the outcome that you're at now, where pretty much everything is legal or decriminalized, and they're giving you places to go and actually inject yourself.
That's why.
You think about all the people that got locked up and lost all these months and years of their lives for them to turn around and just legalize everything. It's like those people don't get their time back. You know, it's almost like going to jail for a murder you didn't commit, and then them going, oh well, sorry.
I feel you. It's not on the scale of that, but when they legalized weed, that's kind of how I felt when I was like, yo, I went through
Hmm.
so much bullshit with these cops, bro, over some weed. Like, man, I could tell you, I wish I could get the days back that I spent sitting at the bookings over some weed, bro. Shit's crazy.
And like you're saying, like you guys had it even worse. Like you would get locked up for a dime.
Yeah, we got to go through the whole process.
Yeah.
Spend the booking 2 3 days, whatever it was at the time. You know what I mean? Because they speed it up now. Now it's like a 24-hour process, but at one point you could spend 3 days in the bookings. Then you got to see the judge, and then you know what I mean. You want to get some community service, go sweep some parks all over a dime bag. You'd be like, yeah, this is wild.
Yeah, I talk a lot of negative things about Canada, but that's one of the things that I guess I'll look back on my time and say I was very blessed that I lived in a country that they were kind of like, whatever when it came to weed.
Right, that's what's up.
Even
Yeah,
like with like, mushrooms and some other things, like if it was a small amount, they didn't care.
I feel you. I feel you. I wish, man. I think I can only remember one time where a cop stopped me, and I had some weed in my pocket, and I let him know, like, yeah, I got some weed in the pocket right here. He was like, what is it, Nick bag? It's like a dime bag. You know? He was like, we looking for guns and shit like that. You can keep that. I was like, it just blew my mind. I was like, man, y'all niggas never do that shit. But probably the only time ever. Every other time, like the spliff right now, what I'm smoking. I remember one time I was on my block of 40th, and they waited for me to smoke the whole spliff. They watched me, these fucking undercover narcotic motherfuckers. And as soon as I was done with the spliff and I flicked it away, they came out the car with their guns out and all that. Little spliff, bro. I'm like, damn, they took me through the system and all that shit. Damn, bro. So when they passed these laws, I'm like, get them days back, bro. But
Yeah,
so
it's sometimes I wonder if everybody that had charges, if they got pardoned from everything and wiped clean on their records.
yeah, I don't know. I never looked at it. I mean, like I never looked it up to see, but probably.
So you got your brand, Guns and Butters.
Sure.
Um, I'm gonna tell you this jacket. I've had this for probably what, 4 years.
What's up,
This is
bro?
the version 2, Mob Deep, Hell on Earth. I probably wear it 2 3 times a year. It's my special jacket.
What's up? I
It's
appreciate it.
the quality top notch. I mean, like look at the inside on this.
Yeah,
I gotta do a little display here, check all this out. And
yeah, the interior on the jacket is so fire, bro.
here it is. Look at
Yeah,
this.
very nice, man. Yeah, I
Look at that.
appreciate you, man.
And I've wore this on one episode before, and that was the episode we did with Prodigy's sister Loretta.
Okay.
So I wore that on that episode, and um, I try to promote when I can, and I like to get behind a solid product, man. And this your jackets are solid, man. I notice even like you'll be on your page and you'll have something that comes in, there's like a very minor defect, and you'll be like, all right, 50% off, shipped. It's yours.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Because I've bought stuff from brands where they don't tell you, bro. Like you get it in the mail, and then you gotta complain to the people, and then they'll want to work something out with you. For me, I like to be upfront with you, you know what I mean, and tell you, yo,
Yeah.
look, this is the damage on it. This is what happened with it. Yeah, I remember one day, bro. Somebody bought the Raekwon hoodie too, right? Right here, I got a bond collection right here. So when I ain't smoking spliffs, I like to bond it out, right? So I didn't even realize it. I was smoking a bowl, right? And the ash, the cherry fell out the bowl. I don't know how the fuck. Never happened in my life, bro. The one time it ever happens, it lands right on a Raekwon hoodie that I'm packing up for fucking custom.
Shit.
I said, fuck. So whatever, I sent the customer another one, but the one that got damaged, I straight up was like, yo, look, this is what happened. Somebody was like, yo, I'll take it. I put it for 50% off. They were like, yo, the story behind it is amazing. I just wanted the story. I was like, yo, that's crazy. But yeah, man, when you upfront with people, you know what I mean? This way you don't get no surprises, man. Man,
Well, I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's your business, that's your brand, that's your reputation, right? And
sure, man.
the all it takes is one bad review, you
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
And not disclosing defects, that's a bad review that you can't have a comeback to.
Yeah,
And that's something that I like about your the way you carry your business is that you're very upfront about everything. And you know, at the same time, you still want to, you know, get it out of the store and you 50% off, it's yours. Like I noticed a couple weeks ago you had a Hell on Earth hoodie and there was a little defect with it. You're like 50% off, this price
yeah,
shipped. And I was listening to the video. I was like, please tell me it's a double XL. Please tell me it's a double XL. And you're like triple XL. I was like, fuck.
yeah. Really. But you know, I'll see. You know, in the future, I'll get you. I'll try to get you something to match the jacket because when you got the combination, see, one thing I like to promote is the combination. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? The jacket and the hoodie comes together. You know what I mean? Like not comes together, but if you got the option to buy both and get the bundle, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
love it. It just looks crazy when you got the hoodie. You know what I mean? Like it's
and
just
and to be honest, like the price for the jackets, you know, being in Canada is different because you got the currency conversion and our dollars worth shit. But I mean, $200 for a jacket like this, I mean,
yeah,
fuck, you're not gonna get that nowhere else.
yeah,
All
all in one.
custom.
Yeah, like I bought jackets from like Chalkline. You fuck with Chalkline?
No,
Nah, do you know who they are?
no.
Nah, all right. So they do a lot of shit for like WWE. They do like a lot of movie jackets and stuff like
Okay.
that. So they do fire shit, but their shit is more sublimation. So you see like the interior of the jacket,
Yeah,
it's got sublimation. Even the hoodies, they come with sublimation. That's how they'll do the outside of the jacket. There'll be no embroidery. You know what I mean? So it's all sublimation, and they're kind of thin. So like they ain't really that warm,
yeah,
and they sell it for $165. You know what I mean? So you get no embroidery. It's just sublimation, and they thin. And like, yo, these jackets, like, I could go outside in 30-degree weather out here, 30, 35. The jacket with the hoodie, and I'm straight, bro.
yeah. I was just about to say that. I usually, if I do wear it in the winter time, which I kind of hibernate in the winter, but if I do wear it, I got the hoodie on, the jacket, and that's it. You're
Yeah,
sweating
bro.
with it on.
Yeah, it's a nice warm jacket, man. Yeah, the lining on it is pretty warm, you know what I mean? So, you know, $200 price point is shit crazy, you know what I mean? I had people tell me like when I was selling the West Side Doom jackets, one dude thought I was gonna sell them for $500. I said, no way, bro. I said I could never sell a satin jacket for $500. He was like, yo, bro, it's just the way it's designed and all the shit that you put on it. I said, yeah, I feel you, bro, but I can never do that to people, bro. I said $500, I'll push leathers, like the ones that
Yeah,
I was full leathers, but even those I got them on sale because those were my personals. I had them
yeah,
made for me, but I don't know, for some reasons, leather and satin don't run the same. So a large in satin fit me good. A large in leather, I'm swimming in it. So I had to sell them off. So but yeah, I will only sell a leather jacket for $500 because that's full leather embroidery. You know what I mean?
yeah. Especially if you got the genuine leather, you know, you get what you pay for, right? And when it comes to something like that, and even still, a full custom leather jacket, and your runs are fairly limited, like what, 250, 200 pieces?
Not even that, bro. Yo, I'll be
No?
doing maybe like 24 piece. I'll do a 24-piece drop.
Yeah.
And after I sell those, I might do another 24-piece drop. I'll release them again like maybe 2 or 3 times, and then I'll stop. I don't mass produce them.
Okay.
Because, yeah, 2 reasons I don't mass produce them, right? First reason to keep them rare, exclusive. Second, it's disrespectful to the artist. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I don't want nobody to say, you know what I mean? And like, I try to work with the artist. It's difficult. Um, damn, I don't want to say too much. You know what I mean? But I reached out to Raekwon. You know what I mean? We spoke about the first jacket. Um, Trying to do something with him again. So God willing, you know what I mean? Get something with him. Um, Shit. I just did the cannabis jacket too. I gotta
I
get them.
seen that.
Those are gonna come out. See that cannabis, my man. I did three album covers for cannabis.
Okay.
Yeah, the full spectrum dominance album. You know what I mean? You fuck with those? You heard of them?
Mm.
It's like part one, part two, part three.
Yeah.
Um, my brother Thanos Beats actually produced, I think, the first two of them completely, or not completely. I'll say about 80%. And then Domingo, you know what I mean? He's the one that put it together. You fuck with Domingo? He's the one that did like Dream Shatterer for Big Pun. Remember the Capital Punishment album, Big
No.
Pun's Capital Punishment?
Okay.
Dream
Uh,
Shatterer joint?
I remember the albums, but I don't see. I was never a huge Pun fan. I think I appreciate Pun more today than I knew of him back then.
Okay, okay.
And no, I was never big into Pun. I was never big into Fat Joe. You know what I was really into, and it's weird because they were kind of part of the same, was Big L. They were part of the Digging in the Crates and
Love Big L, bro. Bro, I was
that,
listening to Big Stretch Armstrong when they were still children of the corn. Eight is enough.
yeah,
That's like when Mace and Cameron were on his squad way
yeah, yeah.
before they said in all the Diddy shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's like
Uh,
shit. Yeah.
interesting note is actually Big L was murdered on my birthday.
Oh, that's fucked, bro.
So every year for my birthday, it's a Big L day as well.
Yeah. You know, sad thing about Big L is that he got killed. It wasn't even his beat, bro.
Mm,
And, like Big L got smoked for something his brother did, and since they couldn't get to Big Lee, they got to Big L. Yeah,
yeah, I wonder. I sit back a lot and I wonder, like you look at it, like there's way too many artists right now. When you say their name, you got to say rest in peace.
yeah, it's a shame, bro.
And you know, even if they were still around today, like they would still be young, 50, sub 50. And I wonder what the current state of hip hop would be right now if all of these guys were still around.
It'd be interesting for sure, man. I wish, man. I wish even Big and Pac were alive still because I love Pac, man.
Yeah,
You look at that post that I made, right? On my room when I was 16 years old. You look on top of right above my room door. It's a Pac poster. You know what I mean? I think it's the All Eyes on Me one. It's the all black background with the gold chain.
yeah.
And, yo, nobody fucked with Pac, bro. And back in my hood in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, in New York, bro, a handful of people would listen to Pac. They ain't like him because of the whole beef with Big and all that. But
Well,
I
you
couldn't.
also you had the East Coast, West Coast, you had the beef with Big, and then also I think Pac was in a sense like Prodigy. They were just ahead of their time in the messages that they were trying to get across.
Absolutely,
And I think even still today, a lot of people, their lyrics go straight over their head.
absolutely, man. It's wild. It's like 50 said. He said Jay-Z got Grammys, Beyonce got Grammys, even their children got Grammys.
Yeah.
Pac ain't got Grammys. That's wild, bro.
There's I don't want to get too much into that one, but there's a certain thing that I believe in as to why that comes to fruition with certain artists, but I don't think it's a merit earning, so to say. I'm sure you know where I'm going with that, but we can leave that for another discussion.
Yeah, I definitely dig it. I know what you.
Um,
Yeah, I agree.
so how long have you had Guns and Butters up and running?
Oh, man, I think I started this in 2020. And
Okay.
then, like, I've always been doing the merch thing, right? So I learned the merch business. So remember I was telling you about Il Bill, he told me about Bobito and all that. So Bill has a brother named Necro, and Necro's another underground hip hop
Okay,
artist.
yeah, Necro. I know Necro.
Yeah, so I used to work for Necro. I was a shipping guy when I was down with PLR, right? So
Yeah.
around the time he released Glory Days to about, man, I would say about the time he was working on Secret Society, that he had to fall out with Bill, and then they didn't get to the album done. Um, I was the shipping dude there, so I used to ship a lot of merch for him, CDs, T-shirts. I used to go to a spot on it was like 65th Street and like 12th Avenue, and
Yeah.
pick up boxes of T-shirts that he would buy from the dude. You know what I mean? Like he'd get like these horror shirts made and like sell them. So I would see this shit and I learn all this shit from him and be like, yo, I gotta do this, man. Like, man. And I just started learning the business and learning how to, flip merch and all that. And that's where it all started from. I started using those on-demand websites like Spreadshirt and Redbubble, and they
Okay.
cool, you're learning and shit like that. But eventually, you want to move past that. You want to have your own .com, your own website. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
have your own manufacturer, get your own shit, man. Because it's the best way, man. Especially when you're doing embroidery, because none of those things will give you embroidery. None of those websites like Spreadshirt and Redbubble, none of them, they don't offer that. It's all like DTF and DTG shit.
Yeah, yeah. How did you how did you come up with the name Guns and Butters? What was the inspiration with that one?
So that, right? I didn't know what to name it. I was like, yo, I gotta come up with something creative, right? And then I thought about the movie Baby Boy, right? You ever seen Baby Boy?
Yeah.
So, remember the part in the movie, you see the movie, he sells clothing, right? He buying shit for the low and reselling it out the trunk of his car. So stepfather, Melvin, when that be fucking with him the whole movie, he goes into into the room and he starts telling them, yo, I'm gonna teach you something about, you got your little clothing business, that's good. You know what I mean? But let me teach you about guns and butter. You know what I mean? And what comes with the business and all of that shit. And when I heard that, I was like, that's it right there, bro. That's it. Guns and butter, you know what I mean? Because, the dude is selling merch, but he wants to teach him also the other side of the business. Fucked up about
Yeah.
all that. Okay?
It's a catchy
Yeah,
name, to be honest.
yeah, real dope, man. And when I started looking for the URL to buy the, to get the .com done, somebody had the URL. I wanted it to be Guns and Butter. Regular
Mm,
spelling, play it is in the
yeah.
movie. Somebody already had it. He wanted $7,000 for it. I was like, yeah, you're like, I mean, so I had to flip the spelling around, and that's why I had to come up with the Guns and Butters. But it
Okay.
still sounds cool, you know what I mean? And like, it works. It works, you know what I mean?
Well, and it's still got that little, when you add the Z and stuff, it has that street element to it, which is essentially the inspiration that I'm getting,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it fits.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
It definitely fits. It's nice to know that, when I walk outside wearing this jacket, I know nobody's got this jacket.
Yeah, bro.
And the amount of
Especially,
compliments, yeah, the
yeah,
amount of compliments I've gotten on this jacket, not even just throughout here, but we travel to Chicago a lot, and I wore this jacket there a couple times, and you walk by, people say, "Yeah, dope jacket." Just keep it moving.
appreciate that, bro. You know, man. When I get some hoodies done, hopefully this year, if I get another batch done, I'll swing you one, you know what I mean? Because I appreciate you plugging me and putting me on the show. You know what I mean?
No, I appreciate you coming on too, man. You had skateboards too for a while, didn't you?
I still do. I still do.
Yeah.
You know, man. You go on my website, yeah, they're still available. You can get some skateboards
Okay.
right now. Yeah. I'm actually about to put up a West Side Doom one too. So to go with the jackets and all that.
And
Those
you even had shorts to go with the hoodies too, right?
I did. I made some shorts to go with pretty much all of them. I had the
Yeah.
only ones I didn't make shorts for was Raekwon and the Heels Have Eyes and the West Side Doom joints. You know what I mean? But yeah, I did the shorts for everything else. I also did the Big Pun joggers. You know what I mean? I did them in two styles. I did the regular joggers and I did the flared ones. You know what I mean? Because you know, a lot of the young boys they like the flare shit. So I fuck with the flare
Yeah.
shit too. You know?
Um, so how do you pick your number one, your artist that you're gonna do a jacket with? Like, so you got the Big Pun hoodie on, you got the Mob Deep, you got the Raekwon Purple Tape, MF Doom. Are these just people that had inspired you growing up, so you want to do more of like a tribute type jacket to them?
Basically, that's what it is, bro. You know what I mean? So they're pretty much tribute jackets, bro. It's just like shit that inspired me through the years. Like somebody hit me up the other day. He was like, "Yo, what's up with a West Coast jacket?" I said, "Yeah, you know something? What would you like, bro? You know what I mean? Like, you know, inspire me, bro." I said, "Like, what you want? Like Legends, Snoop Dogg, Dre, or underground dudes like Alcoholics? You know what I
Mm,
mean? Which I love all three. Fuck
yeah,
with
yeah,
Alcoholics official. But yeah, it's all pretty much people that inspire me, bro. Man, just I'm a fan of this shit before anything, bro. I just love it, you know what I mean? Like, I wish that I could give the merch that I create to the people that you know what I mean? Like, for instance, like the Mob Deep shit.
yeah.
He passed away. I can't, you know what I mean? I can send something to Havoc. I was talking to Twin. Twin, I sent Twin a nice package.
I
You know what I
seen
mean?
it. That's how I
Yeah,
found out about you was through Twin because I seen Twin. You
yeah,
did a promo with the jacket, and that's how I came across you.
yeah. Shout out to Twin, man. That's my guy, man. You know what I mean? I sent him a package. I sent him like two packages already. And I think he did a video with damn, what's his, man, I cannot forget his name, man. He was doing a video on the West Coast, one of the West Coast homies. Fuck, my memory's fucked up right now, man. But yeah, he was on the West Coast doing a video over there, and he had a jacket on, man. He had the infamous Farms hat. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Matches the jacket though. And you know, yeah, man. Shout out to Twin. So I was talking to Twin one day. I was like, yo, I want to send a package to like Havoc. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
let me send it to the manager, and the manager needs to have it. So you know, I'm gonna work that out and send him something because you know, man, yo, these dudes changed my life, bro. When it comes to like Wu Tang and all of that shit, bro, you know what I mean? Like, you know, if you look at that post that I made on my personal page, bro, it's basically like you're gonna see all the stickers I used to collect, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Stick doors, stick them on my mirrors and all that shit. You know what I mean? And if you look at all the stickers, like that's all people I fucked with from the East Coast to the West Coast, everybody in between. I was not one of them dudes that was like, yo, it's only New York rap for me.
Yeah.
Reminded, bro. I had to listen to everything, bro. Man, I wanted to listen to shit from everywhere. Down south, I fuck with the trap shit. I like Two Chains. I listen to 3 6 Mafia. You know what I mean? Like, like everything, bro. Can't be closed minded to just one thing, underground hip hop or New York hip hop. Just too much fire out there, man.
There's it's very, everybody's got their favorite style. But, you know, dope shit's dope shit, man. Doesn't matter
Yeah,
where it
I
comes from.
agree. Yeah,
And I'm not a big Southern guy, but there's a lot of real good Southern artists. Um, I do like the Cali style, to be honest.
yeah,
It's a completely different feel and vibe from the East Coast. The Cali shit is like, put the windows down, cruise around, and
yeah.
the East Coast kind of like dark and, you know,
I mean, it depends who you listen to. You know what I mean? On the West Coast, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, like Cypress Hill, right? They West
yeah,
Coast, and they got their nice G funk shit for you to chill, and then they got their hood shit, their street shit. You know what I mean? I remember when they started dissing Mac 10 and all that. They weren't playing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That wasn't no roll your window down. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So you know, like that's what I like about hip hop, man. Man, like it's so versatile. Like you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's fucking music is amazing, bro.
And it's you know what? I probably went through a year where I didn't listen to any hip hop at all because there was so much garbage coming out. I was just like, fuck this shit. And
You don't like Griselda shit?
no, yeah, so I do, but I'm not so much talking about, we'll call it the underground shit. A lot of the stuff that you would kind of that they were pushing on you was just fucking straight trash, in my opinion. You know, to each their own. Everybody likes different things. Some people like country music. I can't stand it. Some
Yeah,
people hate fucking electronic music. I like it. I like hip hop. I like reggae. Some people hate it. You know, to each their own.
yeah.
Um, I just found it as somebody that grew up in the golden era where every artist had their own. Well, number one, you could, as soon as they speak, you know who it is. As soon as you hear the beat, you could kind of tell who it's going to be because everybody had their sound and their style. And I found hip hop just hit a state where they found a beat that made money, they found a style that made money, and it was all money first. Make a hit, make the money, and move on. So everything just started to sound the same.
I could agree with it. Cause yeah, I mean, shit. Like, I would say that started happening probably like around 2005, maybe 2006. The music was getting more commercialized. People were
Hmm.
getting big deals. You know what I mean? Big record deals. And the label wanted that commercial shit.
Yeah,
That's what fucked things up. A lot of these dudes, they would say that the format was like two radio songs and like one had a beat for like the women.
yeah.
Shit sucked, bro. A lot of these dudes didn't want to make no songs for the girls. They did it because the labels was like, it wasn't the music that they wanted to make from their heart, bro. So yeah, it
Hmm.
watered the shit down. It watered the shit down for sure.
And you could tell it was not something you can tell when somebody is putting their pure passion into the track over, okay, we got to do this. You could tell the difference.
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah, I hit a point where I was just like, I'm just gonna move on to something else for the time being because I can't listen to this garbage. But then at the
yeah,
same time, you had all these other amazing artists, Griselda, 38 Special,
yeah,
fucking, the uh, even the older golden era artists, they were still coming out with shit, but it wasn't getting pushed.
yeah.
So it's almost like, yeah, I turned my back on hip hop.
The beautiful thing about hip hop is that when you can't find no fire, from any of the new shit that comes out, you still got all that classic shit you can go back and,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
it's like, fuck it, yo, look, ain't nothing come out good this year, but shit, man. I can still go in the archives and
You know what kind of ruined hip hop for me?
yeah,
And I'll say it, I don't give a shit. Drake.
I hate that motherfucker. Yeah, I don't fuck with Drake. And you know something? I'm gonna keep it real with you, right? Since you in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
I ain't even. I was like, yo, let me not even bring up no Drake because I don't want him to get offended. He might be a Drake fan, but yeah,
No.
I don't fuck with him, bro. He's a cancer to hip hop. And yo, I be seeing these posts that these dudes make on Facebook, and I'm just like, yo, it's wild that they call Kendrick K-Bot. They
Hmm.
say he be botting on his streams. Now you got him and Aiden Ross in a lawsuit talking about they were using the Stake app to send out these tips. These like fucking under, you know what I mean? These under the table
Yeah.
tips where they would use the tips to fund a bot farm somewhere international overseas. I forgot what they said. And yeah, man, he's got a big lawsuit coming to him, and the shit that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna go against your regime if you gonna win that lawsuit? Come on, bro.
It's yeah, no, there's two artists that you'll never ever catch me listening to. Drake and Jay-Z. And I'll explain Jay-Z. Once Jay-Z went at Nas and Mobb Deep, I'm
Yeah,
a loyal person, so I picked sides and I was like, fuck Jay-Z for life then.
It's forever. I feel you. I ain't mad at that. You know what I
And you
mean?
know, hey, you know what? It's funny because you know, they always say who won that battle, Nas or Jay-Z, and
Oh,
there's a
definitely
reason
Nas.
why people say you got ethered. But I'm just gonna say this: Nas still ethers Jay-Z to this day. Jay-Z tried to have his own cigar come out with Cohiba, a luxury cigar that failed in a year.
Yeah.
Nas got his own cigar brand that he owns that's successful. Jay-Z lost his bid for the casino. Nas won his bid for the casino. So, you know,
Yeah, yeah. It's true shit. It's true shit. And now they're talking about this Epstein file shit, so I don't even know, man. It's wild, bro. They said Jay on that. See, like musically, I like Jay. You know what I mean? Not all his albums were, you know what I mean? Something that I fuck with, but a lot of his music I like. I like State Property. I love Beanie Siegel. I love
yeah,
Freeway.
Siegel's dope. Yeah. PD Crack, yeah.
I love Petey, man. You know what I mean? Um, so but and I'm a Brooklyn guy. You know what I mean? But yeah, if he did some foul shit, man, you know what I mean? I can't listen to it no more, bro. He fucked up. But yeah, because
So
that's
so
why.
we're so we're not gonna see any Jay-Z jackets.
Oh man.
Or
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. It's too hot, man. It's too hot. Touchy subject, man.
you know it would actually be a dope jacket? Onyx.
Yo, bro. I have okay. So look, I got this list in my computer, right? And it's
Yeah.
like a whole fucking jackets that I want to make. Onyx is on there because for one, their logo is fire. The colors that I could go with on the jacket is fire. I always
Mm,
picture like a black, white, red jacket. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like just yeah, man. You know what I mean? I definitely want to get it done. You know what I mean? Like I fuck with somebody on Facebook too. His name is Order Scratch, and like he does a lot of Onyx merch. He's like an overseas guy from like Chile. You know what I mean? Chile
Okay.
or whatever. Yeah. And yeah. No, I definitely want to do an Onyx jacket. Bro, there's a lot of jackets I want to do, man. Like I want to do the Jizza jacket, the Old Dirty Bastard jacket. Um, man, bro, I wish I could put up the list. I should have pulled it up before you. Yo, I got so many jackets, and just like even besides hip hop, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I want to do like a Warriors jacket. You know what I mean? Like movie shit.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like even do
Well,
other kind of shit.
I was gonna ask you about that too because you're big into wrestling
Love it, bro.
and you do some wrestling jackets.
Yeah, that's already on the list too, bro. Some Warrior jackets, some WWF jackets and shit like that. Hopefully they don't fuck with me like they did to West Side Gun. You know what I mean? But like I
So
said, I don't mass produce. You know what I mean? So
yeah, yeah. So do you think that's is that a challenge for you when essentially you're making a tribute jacket? Say you want to do an Ultimate Warrior.
yeah.
Do you take certain steps to protect yourself just in case? Do you have to get the approval from certain people, or do you just fuck it, I'm gonna run it?
Um, it's usually a 50-50, right? Like I kind of
Yeah.
hold it, you know what I mean? Like, um, I kind of just run it for the most part, and then if they get wind of it, um, so yeah, I just roll the dice and I run it, right? If they get wind of it, then I try to work it out with them, and I tell them, look, I don't mass produce it, you know what I mean? But if you want to mass produce it, this is what we could do, you know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at right now with, you know what I mean, trying to get it like an official collaboration done with somebody, you know what I mean? Like I've done these jackets and like, Twin Gambino promotes them.
Yeah.
I had the Wu-Tang jacket, M80 bought it. I sent one to Bronze Nazareth, he wore it. Um fuck. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm trying to work it out with Raekwon right now to do something else. Um I want to do another Mob Deep jacket. I'm thinking about hitting up his daughter, Santana Fox.
Santana, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I want to do one that's like you know the blue and orange that's on the housing sign. It
Yeah,
says
yeah,
welcome
yeah, yeah.
to Queensbridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do a jacket like that.
So you want to do a Queensbridge Mob Deep style.
Yeah, welcome to Queensbridge. I mean, yeah, my bad. I said hat because I see you wearing the Queensbridge hat. But yeah, like a welcome to Queensbridge jacket. You know what I mean? Like a dedication to Mob Deep and shit like that. And send her a package. You know what I mean? One thing I do try to do is when I do these drops, I try to send a package to the people.
Yeah.
And, so they don't think I'm like, you know what I really,
It's kind of
bro,
like I appreciate you. Here you go.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
this is this is for you, inspired by you.
Yeah. Because look, at the end of the day, right? The goal, yeah, I like to do the small 24-piece drop, but it would make me even happier to know that I could do an official drop with the artist.
Mm.
We could just, we could just from there we can mass produce. You know what I mean?
So would you
Because
say that that's a goal of yours, is to get to
yes,
some type of point of doing official licensed?
yep, 100%, bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when I build with people, I tell them, yo, this 24-piece thing that I like to do. I said I'm doing it now, but it's not it's not really the goal. I said I want to get official licenses and work with the artists and get shit done with them. So that's why I'm saying, like with the Raekwon, you know what I mean? I'm trying to work it out with him. You know what I mean?
Do you think now, and going down that avenue, yeah, officially licensed, do you think you then give up some type of creative control?
Um, I mean, I would ask see when we sit down and do like negotiations, I would ask for them to let me, be the one to fully design
Yeah,
it. Now, of course, they got to get the approval. I mean,
yeah.
they got to give it approval. Excuse me. I'd mock it up. I make the design. I send it over to the artist. We fuck with it. You know what I mean? We green light it. We get it pressed. We do a pre-order, whatever it is, and yeah, we move forward from there. You know what I mean? And we break bread. Because I always tell dudes, y'all, I have no problem breaking bread, bro.
Mm.
I come from nothing, fam. When I tell you I come from nothing, bro, like, bro, over here, bro, New York, like, I think my my pops was a wild hustler out here, bro. So I used to watch my father, yo, like, when Nintendo came out, 86, right? First Nintendo, right? 1986. Bro, I used to play Nintendo and watch my father, bro, bag of fucking 62 grams of yayo, bro, while I'm playing Super Mario Brothers. Just getting his money, bro. You know what I mean? So that shit fucked my head up, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta get that money too. So I'm like, I used to see this money he used to make in minutes. You know what I mean?
So
I'm
I
not
got
I'm not promoting this shit, and I'm not saying, yeah, my pops was cool for showing me that shit, right? I'm just telling you, my life. This is what I went through. You know what I mean? So
I,
so is when I say I came from nothing, I came from that kind of shit.
yeah,
You
yeah.
see, you see that shit and fuck your mind up. You know what I mean? You want to do that.
I got
That's
two
what
pers I got two perspectives on that.
happened.
Um, you know, I come from nothing as well. Now, I didn't grow up seeing that in my household.
Good.
Um, and then my wife is also Colombian, so I've experienced, nothing in Canada. I've experienced what nothing is like in Colombia. And there's two parts to that. And people will always find, if you're a hustler, being a hustler can be taught, right? It's how you choose to adapt that mentality and overcome which direction you go. But people will always find a way to make money that have the hustler mentality in a situation where you're essentially being told you can't make nothing. There's always gonna be a way to make money. So even though I like you're saying, you're not promoting that. It still taught you core values of you can take something and build it in, or take nothing and build it into something. You can make something of yourself. So there is an underlying um inspiration to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you get to watch the highs and the lows, and you get to learn, maybe I don't want to take that risk, because you see what happens when you take that risk. And at the end of the day, everybody that goes down that road, there's only two options. There's only two ends to the story. And we know what that is. That's jail or that's death,
Oh yeah, 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 for sure.
And so it teaches you, I think it teaches you the hustler mentality, but being able to witness it, it teaches you how to apply it to a different avenue.
Yeah, exactly. Because you see, you're learning basically how to buy and sell, right? Learning how to
Hmm.
buy. I mean, chop your shit up, sell it for a profit. It's the same thing with anything else, bro. Bro, it don't matter what you sell, bro. The fucking guy that sells Arizona is the same deal, right? He
Yep.
figured out how to make this shit for like 30, 40 cents and fucking sell it for $1. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So same shit, right? So thankfully I learned it and got out before, got locked up or fucking killed or some shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, you apply it to the same, you know what I mean? You apply it to the business, same way.
No, it's super tempting to be able to say, okay, I could take that, learn that business, flip it, and make quick, easy, fast money. Um, but we all know how that goes.
Yeah, yeah, that don't last forever, bro.
No, I
That's
don't.
why I got out of that shit. Look, I did it. I started hustling when I was like, yeah, man, I started seeing my dad do that shit like around 13 years old, right? So this is what I started doing, right? My pops, he didn't teach me nothing about the business, but he was doing it in front of me. So of course you get curious. So I'm on the Nintendo, I'm watching the nigga do the shit, right? So
Yeah.
when he wasn't around, I'd steal the yayo, you know what I mean? And then when motherfuckers come knocking on the door, yo, where's your pops? Yo, don't worry, he not here, but I got it. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? What you need? What you need? So I started undercutting my own dad. Crazy, right? Cutting my father's throat. You know what I mean? What the fuck? I'm not paying shit for it, right? So for me, it's 100% profit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So here I am, I'm a little nigga, bro. I'm fucking, you know what I mean? And I'm going to GameStop, whatever the fuck, buying my games, buying my sneakers and shit like that. Man, but yeah, bro. So that's what I'm saying. It's crazy, you know what I mean? I can't, do I regret it? I wish I would have learned differently. I don't say I regret it. I wish I learned differently, but fuck it, it is what it is. It made me who I am. You know what I mean?
I don't think you could regret anything in life, because had one little thing been altered, you wouldn't be who you are and where you are today.
Actually,
And everything in life is a lesson, and it's all meant to guide you to your destiny. And I believe your destiny is already written. You just got to make it come to life.
that's. You know, I seen this.
Um,
Yeah,
was that?
my bad. You know, what you said reminded me of something. I was driving around one day and I see some graffiti on the walls like a burner, and it said, "To predict the future, you got to create it." I never forget that saying, bro.
Yeah.
It's so ill, man. You know what I mean?
You really are, in charge of your own life. And I think those that realize it are the ones that become successful,
Yeah,
because there's always obstacles. It doesn't matter what you're doing in life. There's always obstacles, but there's always solutions. So you got those that are solution based, and you got those that are like, oh man, what am I gonna do now? This happened.
yeah,
And those people, they hold themselves back. I always say there's no competition for you but yourself,
yeah.
because there's so much money, there's so much eyeballs, there's so many ways to make a living in this world. You just got to create it.
Facts, bro. And you gotta, just use, you know what I mean, positivity, man. Because, if you know about, like if you fuck with the universe, man, you know what I mean? You know that what you give the universe is what it's gonna give back to you, man. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
And if you're constantly negative and you're like, fuck this, fuck that, and nothing works, and you know what I mean, then that's what the universe is gonna give you. But
And
you got
everything from your home life to whatever the case is, it all translates to when you walk outside that door, what type of energy you carry out there. That's exactly what you're going to get back from everybody you encounter in the street that day, in a shopping mall, if you go to work, whatever you do, whatever energy you're carrying,
yeah,
people are either going to look at you, they're going to feel that energy and go, fuck that guy, or they're going to look at you and they're going to be drawn to you. And it's,
vibrations, man.
yeah,
Man, vibrations, man. People know they feel that shit.
I firmly believe in energies. Like I'm not a religious person. I'm not but I'm a spiritual and energy person. And I've experienced it myself where, you walk around and you're angry and you're this and this, and you don't realize, like, if you could put it into a cartoon, you walk outside the door and you got this black cloud over you, and everyone's just going to avoid you.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, that's negative Nancy over there. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? This dude's always pissed off about shit. Leave him alone. You know what I mean? Like,
It's like when
yeah.
you're in a room and everybody's vibing and shit, and then one person walks in and you just feel the fucking, it's like when
Oh
the music
yeah,
cuts off.
yeah, yeah. You feel them vibes for sure.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Nah,
It's like, it's like never could I imagine that, that I'm sitting down doing what I'm doing, I'm smoking cigars, and I'm being able to have these conversations on my own podcast that I created with these guys that I grew up listening to,
yeah.
and it's like all because of a cigar.
I mean, that's the bridge. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's hip hop, bro. You know what I mean?
And you know what? Something that I've noticed, and it's not a knock to anybody, but I've noticed there's a lot more support within the hip hop culture than almost any other.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You see that's why I say for me, I'm the kind of guy that I can't just be like a closed-minded guy. It's all
Yeah.
yo, I listen to even some Japanese shit. I don't know what they're saying, bro, but the beat be crazy and they be killing it. I'm just like, shit's on fire, bro. You know what I mean?
Do you think that that's because at the end of the day, when it comes to, let's just say hip hop, for example, it's a form of artistry, right? And when you're an artist, you have to be open-minded. So do you think that open-mindedness translates to going outside the box and being willing to try this with this person and this with that person and just see what works and what doesn't?
Sure, bro. Sure, man. I mean, yo, that's what made this shit an international thing, bro. I think hip hop is the biggest genre of music in the world, bro. Like, bro, it's everywhere, bro.
It's
Because
it's huge. It's huge in Europe.
I love the international fans because
Yeah.
they are such big supporters, bro. They don't when they love an artist, they gonna spend, they gonna buy the merch, they not gonna question nothing. Yo, and for them it's worse because when we shipping, for instance, I got guys, a lot of people that buy some of this merch off me, right? But they get killed on shipping, bro. You know what I mean? I tell them, yo, I do free shipping in the United States. You know what I mean? But I can't do it overseas because it's like it's a lot, bro. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yo, but some of these dudes are like, yo, it's whatever, bro. Like, because they love the artist and they want to support, bro. They love the brand. You know what I mean? And
It's the same way. Like this jacket was $200 American. All said and done, it was, I don't remember the exact dollar amount to get it here to the door, but it
yeah,
was upwards of four something. But
yeah,
it
I
is
feel you.
what it is. Like I would rather support you. I would rather support Mob Deep. I'd rather support, Ty Nitty with the love and loyalty
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and know that my contributions are helping build somebody else's empire instead of, the Gucci and the this and the that, that at the
Yeah,
end of the
yeah.
day, I think they're all pedos. So,
I feel you, man. Damn, yeah,
you know,
I forgetting that you over there in Canada, man. Yeah, it sucks, bro. And then you know, with Trump and the tariffs, man, he made it hard for me too, because you know I get my stuff made in a warehouse international, so I gotta design it here, you know, send the mock-ups over there, you know what I mean, and then they get it made, and then I gotta have it shipped out here. And bro, the prices is ever since Trump did that tariff thing, bro, I've been getting killed me. But, you know, it is what it is. You
It is
know,
what it is. You got to find a way to work around it. And, that's, like Prodigy said, the system is a system. You're never going to beat it. You just got to work with it and work around it.
yeah, yeah. And I don't charge my customers. You know what I mean? Like, see, a lot of businesses will say, you know what? So we get him tariffs, we're gonna raise the price, put it on the customers. I'm like, nah, I ain't. Tell you, it'll never be me, bro. Some of these brands I see, you know what I mean? They're crazy, like the Chrome Hearts and all that. I'm like, yo, bro. Oh man, it's crazy that, but you know, I get it. It's the lifestyle, right? These dudes are paying, you know, 1,300, 1,400 for a T-shirt.
Yeah.
You know, yo, that shit's made international somewhere. Like $10 a shirt, $8 a shirt. It's
Yep.
crazy. You know what I mean?
I mean,
So
if you're paying $1,300 for a t-shirt, you could afford the tariffs anyways. So,
that part too, you know what I mean? And like I said, it's the lifestyle for them. They
yep.
know what it is. You know what I mean? Like the purple brand. I see like these t-shirts, it's like a little, it says purple, real small, right here in the chest, bro. T-shirt be crazy, like 800 pounds.
There was, I think it was Gucci or Prada. They had a fucking gold paperclip they were selling for $700 per paperclip. I'm like, you guys fucking kidding me.
That's like Balenciaga, bro. They're crazy. They're the most craziest ones.
There's somebody, I forget the name of the company. They just came out and all it is a fucking roll of packaging tape with their
Yeah,
fucking name on it, and they're selling it for like
Balenciaga.
$1,300. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Balenciaga. They're wild, man. Their sneakers is crazy. They look like some spaced out. Oh, people buy them shits, man. It's crazy, bro. Fashion industry is a bugged out place, bro. You know what I mean? For me, I stick to streetwear. I can't step into that weird part of the fashion industry, bro.
Do you think, speaking of fashion, I've asked a couple people this question. Do you think that the Hollywoodization of hip hop ruined all the street brands like Sean John, Fat Farm, FUBU, stuff like that?
No, but I mean, look, I can't speak for everybody. But for where I'm from, we ain't wear that shit, bro. Like, we ain't wear no FUBU and Fat Farm, I ain't gonna lie. We fuck with a little Fat Farm, but like the Sean John shit, nobody was really fucking with that. What we were fucking with was the polos. See, it was the polos, the Tommy, it was the health, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
The Guess jeans, you know what I mean? The Izod shit, you know what I mean? Lacoste. Yeah, that's what we fucked with. We like that. You know what I mean? We were low heads. You know what I mean? We didn't really fuck with none of that Versace shit. It's crazy brands. You know what I mean?
So
So
what kind of when you got into the fashion thing and you're making your custom jackets and your hoodies and stuff like that, what are some of the challenges that you had to overcome that you didn't see coming your way? Like, shit, I didn't see this happening. Like, now I gotta deal with this. And
cease and desist, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. You know, I mean,
but you
you
could
kind
have
of
you could have seen that coming though, a cease and desist. Like,
yeah, well, that's what I was getting to. Like, you kind of in the back of your head know, like, it's a possibility, right? But since you're like a little brand, you don't think they probably won't notice me. You know what I mean? I'm on the come up. Well, no, they notice. They notice, and they send me. And yeah, when I got them, I was like, oh shit, yeah. You know what I mean? But
I'm surprised you didn't get one. I'm not going to name names right now and talk about it. We already talked about it through chat,
yeah,
but I'm
uh,
surprised you didn't get hit with one of them
yeah. And I didn't know
because
about them.
those guys are all over everybody.
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't really know about it. Like I said, you know, I didn't find out till one of the homies told me, and then I did a little research and I found out about the Supreme shit and all that. I was like, well, that's wild.
Yeah. because
But
my son wants to get into designing clothing, and
yeah,
he actually sent some shit to Big Twins, and Twin was like, "Yeah, you can use this and this." And
yeah,
then when Twin seen something else, he was like, don't do that,"
yeah.
you know?
That's what told me
So
too.
shout out to
Yeah,
Big Twins, man. Big Twins is a real dope human being,
facts,
and
bro.
a very supportive human being to everybody within the culture, and everybody that's just trying to make something out of nothing. So, huge shout out to Big Twins. I
Sure, dog.
actually I talk to him on a regular basis, and he's actually working on his own cigar right now. So
Dope, man. Dope.
yeah,
That's what's up.
there's going to be something coming out in the near future. So stay on the lookout for that one. And
And
same thing with Ty Nitty, man. Shout out to Ty Nitty, love and loyalty.
yeah,
Another
man.
real dope human being, man.
Infamous Mob, man. Another inspiration, man. Like when it comes to
Yeah,
like mob people, Infamous Mob, Rapid Noise, even like Bars and Hooks and all like, you know what I mean? Even though
yeah,
they don't, they're not together anymore, but like, I love all that shit, man. Such a fucking inspiration to my life,
yeah.
bro.
Bars and Hooks, Black Poet,
Yeah, man.
Jungle, Core Mega.
Oh,
Mega's
man.
real dope. I seen Mega jumping on the plane and coming up and just visiting everybody in the jail system up here that's his fans. I was
That's
like,
what's up.
who does that? You know?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, bro. The Realness album, fuck, bro. Another, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Tony Noriega, even them, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Why do you
very,
think? So you look at these guys, like, Illa G, for example, right?
yeah.
And I'll say it. Me personally, I think Illa G is one of the dopest lyricists. If I have a Mount Rushmore of MCs, Illa G is on it. Why do you think these guys don't get that credit and push that they deserve?
You know what? I think they should have rode the momentum when they had it with Mobb Deep, right? Put out albums, put out solo shit, go to Havoc, have them produce your own shit, go to Alchemist, because even at that time, Alchemist was real heavy with the Mobb Deep shit. And
Yeah,
then get you, I love Alchemist, bro. If I had to put Alchemist is on my top five Mount Rushmore producers.
yeah, for sure. He's on mine
Love,
too. Same with Havoc.
love him, man. But I think they should have rode the wave a little harder, you know what I mean? And then, you know, drop more shit, you know what I mean? Because now
Yeah.
it's like it's hard now, bro. It's hard to, grab the fans, you know what I mean? A lot of people not hate on that too, bro. So,
It
but
it seems like if you don't got funky colored hair and weird attire, they're not gonna push you in the mainstream.
I mean, it's a shame, bro. You know what I mean? Or you gotta go like you could go the underground route, which is still dope. Independent is fire, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? You seen Eric Sermon, he been kicking it heavy lately, you know what I mean? Go to indie route. If you got 8,000 fans and you can get those 8,000 people to buy your shit, bro, that's actually a bag, bro. You know what I mean? He
yep.
right, you not right, bro. Um, yeah, they just gotta be more consistent, man. You know what I mean? Like, but I think it's hard, you know what I mean? Yeah, the whole weirdo shit now, bro. And man, but there's still a lane, bro. There's still a lane, bro. Like Rock Moss, he still do good. You know what I mean? Fucking you got Etho, West Side Gun, fucking Crime Apple sells pretty good. There's a lot of these underground guys that are doing pretty well, man. I mean, and I don't know if other people would say, yo, you don't even got to call them underground anymore. Yo, just indie, bro.
Yeah, that's probably where I'd put it, indie instead of underground. Because
Yeah,
essentially,
indie.
if you look at it, a lot of underground artists are artists that have been around for mid 90s as well. It's
Hell yeah.
I was watching a IG live with DJ Mikey G and Chris G. They're yeah, straight from the underground radio, and exactly like what you just said, we care about the quality of the fan base.
Yeah.
We don't care if it's, 1,000 that are tuning in every show, 500,
Yeah,
15,000. As long as we got that quality, that's what we care about because those are the ones that are going to tune in every time and support us. And that's what you're chasing is that loyal fan base.
facts, facts, bro. Like I said, I learned that indie shit from Necro, man. You know, man. You know, he ain't never had a major deal.
No.
This dude, yeah, like so. What Necro would do, he would every time he drop an album, he had a $50,000 budget. That it was his own money. Every album he released had a $50,000 budget, and his goal was to sell 20,000 units independently. You can do 20,000 independently, bro. Good. Anything past that, you selling, bro. Like a
Yeah.
motor technique. You mean fuck with motor technique?
Yes. Very conscious rapper. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know he had a bar on one of his songs where he said 40,000 records sold, 400 grand. I'm like, you know, man, because he was indie.
Yeah.
He was like he had Viper Records, but yeah, it was an indie joint, you know, man. Like Revolutionary Volume 2. It was
Mm.
indie. Yeah.
Yeah. Mortal Technique was dope. It's I was never into Necro.
Yeah,
Um,
he's the
he's an acquired taste.
exactly, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not against him, but I never really
yeah,
listened to his music.
yeah, I feel you.
Definitely Immortal Technique. Um, Speaking of indie, I got Lefty Pacino coming on soon too,
Yeah, that's what's up, bro.
and I'm working on getting Godfather on here as well. Big Noid.
Dope, man. Fuck with Noid. I was just playing Noid's first album, man. One of my favorite tracks from his old pro, man. Great record, man.
I just picked up his re-release of
Yeah,
he
I
just
saw
came
that.
out. Yeah, he and there's I think there's a track on there that wasn't actually on the album Recognize Realize Part 3.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Because
Yeah,
I was listening to the vinyl. I was like, I never heard this track before. When I got to the last track, I was like, shit, I never heard this version before.
that's dope. Yeah, I don't see. I never collected. I mean, I did collect vinyl for a little bit, but I don't got a vinyl player, so I just like I traded them off. I'm more of a cassette and a CD guy, so I got a ton of cassettes and CDs and shit like that. Like as a matter of fact, I got two sitting right here. I just picked these up. You know, they re-release of the MF Doom. You see it? There you go.
Hmm.
They re-release of the MF Doom joint,
Rest in
and
peace, MF.
I love Doom, bro. This is the another one of his re-releases. Yeah. So I just scooped these up, man, and love Doom, bro. Another big inspiration, man. Like Doom was different, bro, because Doom didn't rap like nobody. He didn't produce like nobody. He was just different.
Same thing with fuck, what's his name? Ball head, sharp goatee. Fuck, what's his name? Tech Nine.
Tech Nine. All right, you see Tech Nine? I I respect Tech Nine like as an independent artist, like what he does with his label, because he's kind of like indie, you know what I mean? He makes a lot
Yeah.
of money. Never played his music, bro. And not because I think it's bad or anything. I just honestly never played a record, bro. So like,
He's 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 kind of like a clash between hip hop and rock.
yeah, yeah. And I know he's like in the Guinness Book for like one of the fastest rappers too, some shit like that, right?
I think Twist has got to take that one.
Yeah. He's like up there, like one of those guys, like him and Busta
Yeah.
Rhymes, like super fast flow, right?
Yeah, even Busta is when he gets going sometimes too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but nah, shout out to Tech Nine though, you know what I mean? Because man, independently, he's like, like Master P. Master P
Yeah.
is another bro, love Master P, no limit. And man, like I said, I fuck with the South, you know what I mean? If I got an open mind, I fuck with a lot of shit. But
Master P was a genius when it came to branding and making money, period.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
And that well essentially I would say he's probably the one that put the South on the map.
Man, what he did with No Limit is crazy. It's all right. So Master P, I don't know exactly what year it was. He's 97. I think he dropped like 15 to 20 albums on his No Limit label, and every album went either gold or platinum.
Yep.
And and he wanted up getting the cover of the Source with Diddy, and I think Russell Simmons the Power 30, and he was the top three with Russell and Diddy. Independently, he sold I think that year like 57 million records, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
Remember that shit, bro? Yo, it's crazy what P did, man. Shout out to him,
Speak,
man.
speaking of, what do you think about the current situation? I'm going to ask you about this because I just seen it the other day. I was watching the Vlad TV interviews. What do you think about the whole altercation with Rule and fucking Yayo and Uncle Murda on the plane?
It's crazy that this after all these years they're still going at it like that. I also think it's weird that they wound up on the same plane, bro. I don't understand how that even happened, especially right in front of each other like that. Like, you know, it's weird.
Yeah, you
But
know, I see a lot of people commenting like, oh, he stood his ground, this and this and this. I was like, but at the end of the day, as grown-ass adults, they all knew they were not gonna do anything on a plane.
yeah, well, it's a federal offense on a plane. You get a fly ban, right? They tell you you can't fly no more, and it's a fucked up charge. Yayo knows this because he said it in one of the Vlad interviews. He's
Yeah.
like, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? He said that Ja Rule caused that whole, bullshit just so that he could get thrown off the plane and put on another one so he wouldn't have to fly with them. True, I don't know, you know what I mean?
But okay, let's just let's play devil's advocate here. If you were Ja Rule, would you really want to sit for 5 hours with those two guys behind you?
Nah, definitely not, yo. Especially when Uncle Murder's opening the camera talking about look at this soft ass nigga Ja Rule. Yeah, nah, we ain't having it.
No, it's like,
Yeah,
uh, especially, okay, maybe if he was behind them, but to have your back to these two guys,
yeah, you don't know what's gonna happen. I feel
you
you.
don't know what's going. Well,
But like I said too, you kind of gotta remember they're not gonna fight you on the plane, but still you don't want to look like a bitch and you're getting trolled with this dude right behind you. And I don't know, it's just a weird situation. I don't know how they ended up on that plane together, bro. That shit is like, holy shit, you couldn't write a better story, bro. That's crazy.
have you watched Yayo and Uncle Murda got their own podcast now? Have you watched it?
I haven't seen. I mean, I don't really watch too much podcasting. Um, I like Drink Champs. I fuck with them, but even though I
Yeah.
don't really watch too much of them, I watch Camerons every now and then. And who else? Man, not really too many people. I like Stone Cold shit. I fuck with the wrestling shit.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Stone
So
Cold, I hear podcast.
speaking about the wrestling thing, I'm not a wrestling fan. I did grow up as a wrestling fan, and somewhere around probably 2002-ish, I gave up on it. But I do like to watch the wrestling podcasts. I like to hear the old stories and stuff like this. One of the podcasts that I was watching was Undertaker had a podcast with another guy, and essentially they dropped him for his wife to be on the podcast.
This one.
What do you think about that?
It's fucked up, bro. I mean, come on, fam. I mean, I get it. His wife she's a WWE superstar as well, but she's not on level one team. To
No.
drop people.
And
There had to be
a lot of people are saying that the podcast was, 10 times better before they swapped out for her.
yeah, I don't get that. You know what? There had to be some personal reason behind that. Could have even been some political reasons.
Hmm.
You know, Tape is a Trump supporter, Trump a
Uh,
foul nigga. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. It even hurt my heart to see Hulk Hogan fucking endorse him, bro. I love Hogan, man. That's like a childhood hero, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck, bro. Why would you fuck with this guy?
I
But
think I think unfortunately we're in a time where, it's not the way it used to be where you could have different associations and still. Okay, so here's my belief. I could believe in whatever, you could believe in whatever, but if we could find common ground,
Right.
whatever. As long as you respect me, I respect you. Who cares who you
Right.
support, whatever. Because somewhere you got your extremes, right? But then somewhere the majority of people are kind of in the middle, right?
Right.
But I think we're reaching a time where political views and politicians are essentially the driving force of modern day society, and we've really hit a point of there's no common ground anymore. And if you're here, you either got to be here or here.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, if you're here, you're saying fuck that side, and if you're here, you're saying fuck that side. Speaking of that,
Right.
um, Mobb Deep used to do that shit at their fucking concerts. They'd fucking Prodigy and Havoc would divide the fucking crowd, and they'd be okay, my side say fuck that side, this side say fuck that side. Brawls would break out and shit like that. I experienced that at their first show I went to, and
That's wild.
but I think we've really hit a time where we're losing grip of human nature, and I think we got to get back to recognizing that, and this is my belief, neither this side or this side give a fuck about you or me.
Oh, that's facts. So see, I mean, look, I tell them right, the left and the right. I don't vote, fam. So one thing
No,
is like,
no, no.
I say fuck Trump, but it doesn't mean I like Biden. And bro, all this government shit's foul, bro. They
Yep.
all foul. They all fucking kill fucking people. They just grimy, bro. Like I don't want to get into none of that too much of that shit here. You know what I mean? But you know, it's all foul, bro. So I don't vote, fam. You know what I mean? I just observe. I see from the outside. You know what I mean? And you know, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? And if I give my opinion on it, I give my opinion on it. I want to speak about it in the record or whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. But yeah, fam. I won't go out there and do none of this protesting shit. Like I
No.
ain't getting none of that. Like I'm not shitting on people that do it. You know what I mean? That's what's up that y'all do that shit because somebody got to do it. I guess you know what I mean. But not the way these cops is wilding out. Not even the cops, the ICE agents and all that. Like, so that's why like I don't get into politics, fam, in no way. So when I say left and right, they're both part of you know what I mean? Left, they're both part of the same bird. Left wing, right wing,
That's it, man.
same bird, nigga. I don't fuck with birds, you know what I mean? So
It's if you go back and something that I learned a lot was studying. So because my wife's from Colombia, so I did a lot of studying about Colombia.
that's what's up.
And I think if you can, keep an open mind and study the history of politics in other countries, you can kind of understand and see what's happening and what's going to happen here.
Yeah, right,
Because essentially it's all going down the same path of political divide and warfare.
right.
And now
You
you
know,
got people that are outside fucking jumping people from the other side and this side. It's like, come on, man, we got to do better than this.
yeah, it's crazy. And you know what? It's been in the music for so many years. Prodigy talked about it, man, long. Everything in Order Technique talks about is pretty much that.
Yep.
You know, like the album that we were talking about before, Revolutionary Volume 2. You listen to that album, bro. It's pretty much a warning, like telling you, yo, this is what's going to happen. It was like shit's rolling out little by little. That's why I just don't vote, fam. I stay away from it. You know what I mean? Like
I, I don't vote
it's
either. And to be okay, I voted once in my life. And I don't believe it matters. I think it's all
no,
rigged anyways.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This shit is just like a fucking movie we're watching, bro. It's a shit show, you know what I mean? Yeah, I
And
feel you.
speaking about Prodigy, Prodigy came out with the Hegelian dialectic,
Love that.
and he always made his track here and there, his verse here and there about the government
Mm-hmm.
and the Illuminati.
Yeah.
And then he came out with an album that was a complete direct attack at them. And then a few months later, we all know what happened. Do you think there
So,
was some foul play there?
um, I think something was even bigger at play there, right? So we know he talks a lot about the Illuminati, right? That's one thing. He constantly exposes them in the records. But before he passed away, remember he was talking about exposing an elite pedophile ring. Could have been the Epstein shit. I don't know, you know what I mean? But that was something Prodigy was really focused on before he passed away. He wanted to do this documentary about that shit, bro.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he winds up in the hospital, passes away, and they tell us he choked on an egg. And I'm just like, fam, come on, bro. I couldn't. It was one of the wildest excuses they could have ever gave to the fans, bro. We know Prodigy ain't go on no.
If um if you watch the two podcast episodes ago where we had Ty Nitty and OGLs, we discussed this.
Yeah,
And you know, respectfully, he didn't want to get too deep into it, and I understand that.
right.
But he said you had security at your door, and you mean to tell me that this man choked and
Facts,
died?
facts, bro.
And it was pretty much left off with, if you know, you know.
Yeah, and it's just weird, right? Because like, what did they? I don't know. What did they fucking expect to us to think that Prodigy took like a full boiled egg and tried to swallow it? Like boiled eggs are soft, bro.
Yeah.
It's not. It's yeah, bro. The whole story was fucked, right? Yo, bro. When I tell you that I fuck with Prodigy and Mobb Deep so much that I broke down in tears when I heard that shit, bro. That shit hurt my heart, bro.
I've never I've never felt we'll call a celebrity death
Yeah,
until Prodigy.
I feel you.
And you know, even still DMX's death too was kind of like fuck.
Yeah.
But DMX was he was troubled for a long time.
DMX, I was more shocked. I ain't gonna say I shed tears. You know what? It was only like twice that I could say, well, maybe three times. When I found out about Old Dirty Bastard, I was fucked up on
Oh
that.
yeah.
And Old Dirty, I even think they did something wild with him too, bro. Cocaine overdose. And I don't know about that shit. You know what I mean? But
Well,
and
wasn't the story that he swallowed a baggie of coke in a burst?
I don't know the details of what they said. I know it was some of the cocaine overdose or something like that. I don't know. But I know when they did the documentary, I seen it, you know what I mean? And like, he was looking pretty wild, you know what I mean, in his last days, you know what I mean, in the studio. But man, the Rockefeller deal really put some stress on him
Yeah.
because he really didn't want that deal. He wanted
No.
to stay. But RZA owed him money, and they were fighting over this money that RZA owed him, and shit crazy, bro. You know what I mean?
There
But
will there will never be another fucking Dirty out there, man. Dirty was a fucking he was a very unique character.
bro, no father to his style. You know what I mean? No father to his style, bro. You know what I mean? No dirty bastard. They saw unique, man.
Yeah, man. It's and again, you look at these artists, man, and like you got so many that I still feel should be here today.
Yeah.
You know, Black Rob,
Oh,
Prodigy, Dirty, even Biggie and Tupac, like all that shit was avoidable.
yeah, bro. We lost a lot of good people, man.
It was all of, you know, okay, you know, maybe somebody catches some cancer or something, that's a different story, but these weird occurrences, like the whole the whole thing with Biggie, like and from what I've seen in documentaries and stuff, he didn't even want to go to the West.
Nah, he didn't want it. That was some Diddy shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Diddy, using him because you know what it was too. This is like some of the shit that people talk about that Big was going to start his own label, so he wanted to lead Bad Boy. I think this is in damn. It's in one of the documentaries I saw. It ain't in the one that 50 did. But there's another documentary that I saw where they spoke about that shit. And yeah, Big wanted to leave Bad Boy and start his own shit, some shit called the Commission. And Diddy didn't want that. So
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just fucked up that that kind of shit is even a thing in hip hop. You know what I mean? Where they treat the game like some Gambino mafioso shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even the Pac shooting, it just I don't know, man. Some just there's certain things like in life you follow that gut instinct. You're like something's not right there.
Yeah. And the Keefe D shit too, right? So you see how after 20 years he yo, I don't know if you've seen this shit, right? With the 50 documentary where Keefe D gets interviewed
Yeah.
and they're playing audio of Keefe D from like fuck, I think it was like 2007 or something, of him admitting to the whole crime, explaining how they did it, how the way they shot Pac, and how after they shot Pac, they were hanging out on the corner somewhere, and the ambulance that Pac was in drove right by them, and how they were celebrating and all this shit. It's all in the audio, so I'm like, yo, so how he's getting locked up now from the confession? This dude been sitting in California chilling for all these years. I don't get it. It's just bugged out, bro.
I think it's I think
Because he
it's
did
all
a confession.
yeah, I think
Confessed
it's
back
all
and he confessed again recently, like 2025. Like,
I think we're living in a world of live theater and this is all a fucking a play, to be honest with you, because a lot of it don't make any sense.
hoping they like some people say it's a fucking simulation. Like Rick and Morty.
Yeah, it very well could be a simulation, but hopefully in this simulation, Guns and Butters takes off and gets your license deal. And
Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully, bro.
so
Let's
where do
pray
you
on
see
that.
yourself in the next, let's say, 5 years? Because you say you started in 2020, so you're 5.5-ish years, we'll say, into it. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Well, God willing, bro, in the next 5 years, I'll have it where I got a warehouse where everything's manufactured by us. I can bring my family in, you know what I mean? Teach my son the game, you know what I mean? And yeah, bro, where we'll have license deals. I can actually build with people, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's what I want. Because like I'll tell people, this ain't what I want forever. The 24-piece drops.
Yeah.
You know, I do it, just to show people also what I'm capable of. Because there ain't many brands out there that showcase hip hop like on a bomber jacket.
Yeah.
It's real rare, bro. You know what I mean? Like since I started doing it, I could probably only name like two other people that do bomber jackets, bro. You know what I mean? That I like with hip hop shit on it. And one of them is DJ Muggs. But
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
he focuses more on Soul Assassin, so it's all Soul Assassin merch, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the goal. The goal is to eventually have it where I can license every jacket drop, mass produce it, license. Everybody can break bread. We're all happy. Nice big business. Kids on board. You know what I mean?
What if, and I'm just envisioning something because you already have a connection with twins, right? What if you did a grimy jacket?
I'm down, bro. Down, bro.
Because
Sure.
twins got his hats out right now, all suede.
Yeah.
He did collabs with Worldwide in 1992. Shout out to Worldwide. He's going to be on the podcast too coming up.
Yeah.
So I see twins as somebody that is willing to work and collab with people. So what if you were to come up with some type of infamous grimy jacket?
Sure. Hell yeah, bro.
I'm putting it out in the universe.
Yeah. 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 Say no more, bro. I'll
You know,
start. I'll start packing.
I'm putting it in the universe because I want to buy one.
I hear you,
You
bro.
know?
Don't worry. Yo, listen. If you could plug that and get that shit going, bro, you'll never have to pay for it, bro. It's love right there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about one hand wash the other, both hands wash the face, man. I got no problem breaking bread with people, bro. It's like I told like when I was building with Ray, I told Ray, yo, bro, I'll give you the bigger percentage, bro. I
Yeah.
said, Nick, we could do the 60-40. You could take the 60 and the 40 because the 40 for me It's still a come up.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a bag, bro. You know what I mean? So I said, well, I said, you got like 1 million followers on IG. I said, we'll do well with that drop. You know what I mean? So, God willing, bro.
It's that would be a dope project too to work with Raekwon.
Hell yeah. And
The
two, like,
purple,
you know, what I was gonna say, my bad is, God willing, bro, because I love Wu Tang, man. And if I could get that, relationship with Ray going properly, and we can work, then I could branch out with the other Wu Tang members, man. Because I
yeah.
love just a jacket. Somebody hit me up was like, "Yo, you never thought about you know what I mean? What's his first album? What's the name of it? Liquid
What,
Swords."
Jizza?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
no, he
Liquid
didn't.
Sword.
Somebody hit me up and was like, "Yo, you never thought about a Liquid Swords album, jacket?" I said, "Bro, of course." I said, "I ain't gonna lie to you, that's one of the ones on the list." But even better would it be if I could do it with Jizza? She would be fire, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that I can work out a good relationship with Raekwon, and from there, you know what I mean, work with everybody
It's
else.
um it's a snowball effect. Once you get in with one,
Mm-hmm.
you start gaining some credibility and you start gaining some attention, and then
Mm-hmm.
it just snowballs to the next and to the next and the next and the next.
Mm-hmm.
And I
I
could
fuck
say
with
that just was that?
I fuck with M80 too. So you familiar with M80? He's like Capadonna's manager. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
No, I don't
And
know
just
him.
a lot of people, bro. Man, yeah. So he's cool, man. He bought jackets off of me too and shit like that. He didn't ask for no discount, no nothing. He just copped them. And then so
Well,
with him,
there's the whole thing too. Like you just say he didn't ask for no discounts. And I think a lot of people have this perception of I'm who I am, or let's just say, for example, somebody knows you and they assume, well, because they know you, they should be getting a discount.
yeah,
And I think that's pretty foul because if you're friends with somebody or associates with somebody, you should be wanting to support them to the fullest.
absolutely, bro.
And I think even that sense of asking for a discount is disrespectful.
It is, bro. It is,
And
bro.
I had this conversation with some other people about, their weed brand and this and this and this. And I'm not gonna say the names, but it's like, man, it's always the people that know me that ask me for the discounts on my shit.
Facts,
And I'm
bro.
just like, then they're not true supporters. They're
Facts.
leech. They're
It's
just trying to leech off you and get something for cheap.
And it's crazy because you know what? The best supporters don't ask for the discount. I had dudes that were like, yo, I'll buy every jacket you got available, bro. I want the whole shit, everything. I'm like, yeah, that's wild, bro. They'll spend like it'd be like a $1,200 order.
Yeah.
And they don't want no discount, bro. They just happy to support and I'll be like, man, that's what's up. You know what
If
I
there's gonna be a discount, it should be because you're sitting there going, okay, you just bought all this, so you know what, I'm gonna give you a little something.
mean? Yeah,
You
yeah.
should never ask for a discount. I look
Exactly.
at it like if you walk into a fucking Walmart and you pick up a fucking pack of razors, like, oh, well, is there a discount on this because I want it? Like, no, the
Yeah.
price is the price,
This is on sale, right?
and I could speak on your quality. Your quality is fucking, it's on point. I don't
Appreciate
even
it.
think, honestly, I haven't had one loose stitch on this, like nothing,
That's what's up. Appreciate it,
nothing.
bro.
And I like to support, and I think that the genuine support nature is what's gotten me into the positions I've been in to be able to work with certain people.
It's dope.
And I think we live in a modern day world where even if you can't afford to go and say, spend the $200 on a Guns and Butters jacket or, spend the $65 on a Twins hat or, buy the Love and Loyalty hats from Thai Nitty.
Yeah.
It's free to click like, it's free to click share, and it's free to
Facts.
click repost, right? That is
Facts.
support in itself, right?
That's free support. Yeah.
And not so much in Canada. It's hard to get paid up here when it comes to social media. But I know in the United States, it's a lot easier to make money. And people got to realize, and I asked Twins this too, when you make a post and you put your song in a post, do you get kickbacks? And he was like, yeah, we get paid for everything that that people use. So it's like, add your favorite artist to your photos you're posting. Click those shares and reblogs because every little bit counts for them getting paid for the work they're putting in. And it's free.
It's free and it helps the algorithm, bro, because
Yeah,
bro, the algorithm is our worst enemy right now on social media. We gotta
it
fight
is.
that shit all the time, bro.
And
Right?
I'll tell you something about the algorithm. So I've only had the Cigar Talk podcast and page, not even a year.
Yeah,
And it was steady doing this, right? And there was a certain point we were at like 17 million views on Instagram.
that's what's up.
And this is how I know there's no money in it because I never got a single dollar from it. But it's a passion thing, right? So we're doing this, and I always had it in my head. As soon as I reach some type of point where I feel like I got some type of ability to influence people to a degree, like, if I start posting about certain cigars, people are like, "Oh, I want to try them, this and this." So as soon as I reach a certain point, I'm going to start putting the hip hop incorporated into it. So we're doing this, and as soon as the hip hop came in, it did this. And it just it shows that the algorithm doesn't push hip hop, and for whatever the reason is, but I don't give a fuck. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because that's what I'm passionate about. And it's at the end of the day, it's a passion project more than anything.
Yeah,
And but yeah, the algorithms are hard to get in that bubble.
yeah. Because I feel you know what it is when you're not paying to boost the post, they just like fuck it, put it at the bottom, bro. You know what I mean? Like they don't want you to figure out a way how to finesse the algorithm for free. Like for them, it's like pay like yo, every post I make is always this boost button on it, bro.
Yeah,
It's like, and that's what they want. They want you to pay for this boost shit. And I've tried it, bro. It's really not.
it's not. No, I've tried it too, and I've tried different levels of promotion,
Mm-hmm.
and to be honest, they don't do anything.
No, it's just like you're just giving them money, bro. Because like you
Uh,
don't get any. There's no feedback from it, bro. I don't see more views. I don't see more
no, no.
followers. I'm just like, yo, what am I paying for here, bro? You know what I mean? Because it's funny because when you before you pay for the boost, right? They guarantee that you're gonna get this many views, right? Per
No,
whatever you pay, right? Because they give you like your budget. You choose your budget, right? So they're like, yo, whatever, based on what you spend is how many views we can get you. Never happens, bro.
it's a lie.
You just is the shit, bro. So
That's
yeah,
why that's why I've never paid for that blue check mark because there's no value in it.
I don't have that
Up
shit.
here, it costs I think like $20 a month for that blue check mark.
Yeah,
I structure it like a business. So if I'm going to pay $20 a month, what am I going to get out of it? Nothing.
yeah, it's a fact. Yeah,
It's like with the Zoom, I pay $20 a month, but what am I getting out of it? Well, the ability to have X amount of hours and whatever. Okay, that's worth it.
yes, yes,
But to pay $20 a month for a blue check mark, that's not going to get me nothing because at the end of the day, Instagram doesn't want to push cigars and Instagram doesn't want to push hip hop.
shit. I didn't know they were against cigars, so they're just like against smoking. Period. And
Anything to do with smoking, especially in Canada. I don't know if I were to get like a VPN and make it look like I was in the United States, if it would be any different. But in Canada, cigars, cigarettes, vaping, weed, it's all lumped into the same category.
sauce.
You can't even like, for example, we got a TikTok and they can't promote it because it's cigar based.
Yeah, TikTok is wild with their rules, bro. So I got a
Yeah,
couple. There's a Guns and Butters TikTok page, and oh, bro, they so and now with the new ownership, oh, I don't even know. So I haven't even used it since the new ownership. I
yeah.
don't even know what they're really allowing now. All I know is that I just ain't using it, bro. They're talking about GPS tracking people, and which I don't got nothing to worry about. You know what I mean? But it's just crazy, bro. So I
I
haven't used
think
TikTok. And TikTok for me was hard to crack the algorithm too. You know what I mean?
um yeah, no, TikTok is a really hard one. I've before I even started all this, I experimented a bit. I got a YouTube channel all about hip hop that I've never really told anybody about. And that was kind of like my trial run before figuring out if I wanted to do something, what I wanted to do. The whole cigar thing came from I started smoking cigars just over a year ago. I sit down with the wife and the kid, smoke a cigar, and we just have these stupid conversations. I was like,
So
oh, this could be something, you know.
yeah,
So that's where it came from, and I didn't know at the time how hard it would be
it's tough.
because unless you're a well-known celebrity, nobody cares.
That's the hard part, even for my brand. So you know what I do to bring awareness to my brand, bro? I gotta like just follow people. So I'll go like, for instance, if I drop a Mob Deep jacket, right? I'll
Yeah,
go on like the Mob Deep Instagram and I'll go to their most recent post and I'll just follow like 50 people every single day, like whatever the limit is that Instagram allows before they give you any shit. They even shit for that too, bro.
yep,
So yeah, they tell you you're moving too fast and all this crazy shit. It's just like they just want to control you, right? So um yeah, so that's how I bring awareness. So when people see that they got followed by Guns and Butters and they get curious by the name, they go and oh shit, it's like a hip hop brand. That's how I get some eyes, you know what I mean? And that's it's all organic, bro. Because what's the point of paying two for the bots, bro? If it's just
yeah,
fake people,
yep.
you know what I mean? It's not you're not really bringing any awareness to your page, bro.
No,
Just another
it's got to be organic, and it's almost like a level of being an indie artist,
yeah, facts, hell yeah,
you know? And this is why I like to do this because even though like the name of the podcast is Cigar Talk Toronto,
yeah.
as you can see, it's not really about cigars.
It's like I was explaining to somebody that asked me about it, right? They were like cigar talk. I said, yeah. I said it's just like you said, smoke a cigar, just talk shit. I said it's kind of like a barbershop thing, right? You go to the barbershop, it's just where we vibe out, we talk about things,
Yep.
and we just bullshit, and it's just fun talk. You know what I mean? Like,
And that's what it is. So in Canada, we don't have cigar lounges. It's illegal to smoke inside anywhere in Canada. You can't even smoke on a fucking patio.
yeah, well, we got to hit New York too. We got to go outside for this.
Yeah, because you guys operate on the same system we operate,
Yeah,
liberals. It is what it
yeah,
is. So Cigar Talk Toronto is kind of like recreating the cigar lounge.
okay,
So if you ever get to go into a cigar lounge, you'll notice it's people from all walks of life.
right,
Everybody's pockets are different levels, but when you go into the cigar lounge, you sit down, you light up a cigar, you have your conversations with people. It
yeah.
doesn't matter who you are, the color of your
I,
skin, your
I
walk
feel
of
you.
life. You know what I mean?
That's dope. That's dope. That's a dope vibe. Everybody gets on the same level. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's
Yeah,
why I want to keep it, yeah, it's kind of cigar based, I'm featuring a cigar I'm smoking and a drink that I'm drinking,
yeah.
but that's the extent of it.
Facts, facts.
I've had some owners of cigar companies on here, like David Gomez from Escobar Cigar. So he's one of the other owners with Nas.
That's what's up.
Some other, the last episode I had a cigar sommelier, Henry. I've had Ty Nitty, Big Twins. I've had some actresses. You got to keep it community based, and this is why I believe in it because so you have your Guns and Butters, right? So
Yeah,
you have your eyeballs on Guns and Butters. I got Cigar Talk Toronto, and I got my eyeballs on Cigar Talk Toronto. So now we sit down and we do this podcast and we do some promotion stuff together. Now people from here are going to see your shit. Now your people are going to see my shit. So now you're
Nice.
going to see across
Cross
of
promotion, yeah.
viewers, right? So the
Nice.
more you can go outside of your bubble and collaborate with other people, the wider your audience is going to become.
That's
And
the whole
that's something
network.
that I thoroughly believe in.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. That's even how like in hip hop it works where you know a hardcore rap artist will collaborate with somebody that's more R&B. You know what I mean? You're just
Yeah.
like, but you got to keep in mind that the people that listen to R&B don't just listen to R&B all day. They fuck with that shit too, that underground or whatever it is. They like that street shit or that thug shit,
Yep.
and they'll say, "Yo, shit, let me check out that." So it's all and
There's,
it's vice versa.
you can never fucking prejudge anybody. And I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to
Yeah,
tell you two stories. So I just recently, so my parents are from the East Coast in Canada and Newfoundland. So it was October times we jumped on the plane to go and visit them. And I was actually wearing this hat. And this nerdy looking guy, glasses, I think he was gay. Not that that matters. Just
yeah,
saying, right?
okay.
And he looks at me and he looks at the hat and he's like, whatever you want on the plane, just let me know.
Like that. That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't judge any because it doesn't matter your walk. Everybody likes hip hop
Yeah, yeah,
to
man.
some
That's a
degree,
good
right?
perspective. Absolutely.
And I'll tell you a story. And I know I told you this before, but I'm going to share it for everybody watching right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, Last year, this is like one of my favorite things. I got the Queensbridge from Ty Nitty and Love and Loyalty. Got the Guns
yeah,
and Butters, right? So I put this on with the wife. We went to a bar to watch a UFC fight.
yeah.
And we're standing at the entrance. Nobody's fucking helping us. The place is fucking rammed, right? So I'm like, fuck this, let's go. We turn around to walk out, and this guy comes running across the fucking bar. Hey, hold on. What's going on? I'm like, yeah, you guys are packed. I'm out of here. He's like, hold
Yeah,
on. The guy went to a table, kicked them out of the fucking table, put us at the table, and he said, man, I seen that fucking Mob Deep jacket, and I had to get you in here. And it was the owner of the bar.
what's up, bro?
So
That's,
you need to get the Guns and Butters, man, because that shit gets you hooked up out there.
that's fire, bro.
And
Hell yeah.
you never fucking know. There's fans everywhere. This is I live in the countryside outside of the city,
Mm-hmm.
and there's hardcore Mob Deep fans, you know,
Yeah.
entrepreneurs, business owners that fucking I still like it's one of those stories that like if somebody were to tell it to me, I'm like, yeah, you're full of shit.
No, I definitely believe that, bro. Because oh man, yeah, bro. Shit, bro. That's
That
let me
you
tell you, it's a universal language, bro.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You know, a lot of these dudes they don't even understand what the American rappers is even saying. They just love that shit.
Yeah.
They love it. They love the vibe. You know what I mean? That right there is no man. That's somebody with good job. And yo, the back of the jacket, we don't want to say, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, yeah.
the dragon's iconic, bro. It's a
It is.
shame. It's a shame what's happening with it. But bro, it's such an iconic fucking dragon, bro. And it's crazy because I never knew. Like when I first saw the dragon, it was on. Fuck, what was the vinyl that they released? Mobb Deep released the vinyl. On that, on the sticker of the vinyl, it was the dragon. And that was the first time I saw that shit. I was like, man, that's crazy. And then they did the tattoos on there. They all had it, all the Mobb Deep guys. And I think when they released
That's what
Murder
this is, right?
Music,
The Mob Deep Dragon right here.
yeah, you know what I mean. And then when in the back of the Murder Music, they had you know what I mean, the hands like that, dragons right here.
Yeah, that was
Um,
the infamous Mob Special Edition. They had the three hands together
oh,
with the
that's
dragon.
that. Okay, right,
Yeah,
right. I was like, man, this fucking logo was ill, man. Man, and to find out about it, I was like, shit. But that's really what it is, man. People see that shit, they know it's like, fuck, that's the mom, bro.
It made me feel like a celebrity for a moment in time just because of the jacket. The guy's like, I seen the jacket, I had to. He's like, fuck you guys that are already here, get the fuck out of here. These guys are sitting down.
That's ill, man. That's ill. And I'm happy that something that I created gave you that experience, bro. That's fucking ill, man.
And I believe as soon as that happened, I fucking messaged you the next day. I was like, yo, you're never gonna believe what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. How could you not, bro? It's a fucking wild story.
It's yeah, he gave us shots on the house. Fucking he came over, did some shots with us. It was a pretty cool experience.
Full memory now, bro. Right? That's some shit. Nigga never forget that. It's a full
So
memory, man.
what would you say is a better so you got your hip hop based jackets and you got your wrestling based jackets.
Yeah, but I haven't released any wrestling jackets yet. But
No?
I got a bunch of ideas. Nah, I ain't did them yet. I ain't did them yet. So shit, man. I'm gonna do them though. I don't really have a
Yeah.
time frame when I'm gonna do them, but yeah, I got a crazy list of jackets I'm gonna do, bro. See, so here's the thing too, right? Like on Facebook, I run a group on Facebook called Powerball Championship Belts, right? And
Okay.
we do raffles there. So in that group, we do a lot of wrestling talk there. You know what I mean? And I kind of sell them wrestling merch through a website. Not kind of. I sell them merch through a website called Pro Wrestling Tees. I designed my own wrestling shit. You know what I mean? Kind of like the spreadshirt shit I was telling you, but Pro
Yeah.
Wrestling Tees. They're the only ones I fuck with because their shit is official. Their shit is official. So through that group, I prized so far, I would say probably close to like $110,000 in belts. So the raffles are like $20 a pop, $25 a pop. We do a 1 to 26 Red Bull lottery, and the number gets chosen by the fucking lottery on TV. So if you choose 1 to 26 on the Red Bull or the Powerball, and
Yeah.
it should on TV, then you win a belt from WWE shop or whatever the fuck. So yeah, I'm constantly fucking moving belts and shit like that. So because of that, I'm like, yo, I gotta do this wrestling line, bro, because I got a bunch of dudes I can sell this shit to. And just even in hip hop, bro, like so many wrestling fans in hip hop. You can see what Side Gun is what he's doing with his shit. It's crazy.
Yeah. Even if you listen to the lyrics, there's a lot of artists that'll throw wrestlers' names in the lyrics and stuff.
Hell yeah, bro. I mean, yeah,
I
I've been
think
saying, yeah,
I think the wrestling jacks, I think they'll be a big hit for you.
yeah, sure, bro. I know they will. I believe it in my heart, bro. You know what I mean? I just I don't know how I want to do it. If I want to do it like I was telling you, 24-piece drops or reaching out to some of the wrestlers, man. Because yo, believe it or not, bro, the wrestlers are real easy to work with, man. It's not like rappers, bro. Rappers it's a different ball game, bro. Like I could reach out to wrestlers and they'll answer back, bro. A lot of rappers don't want to answer back, bro. It's fucking wild.
There's yeah, there's I'll tell you this. I've tried to work with some local artists in Toronto
Yeah,
and nah,
tough, bro. I don't get it. I mean, it's exposure for you, man. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do it. You know what I mean? But
and it's you know what I think it is they look at it as a sense of if you're not at certain level, then what's in it for me?
yeah, they probably want to be paid and shit. That's what it is.
Whereas, and I'll just say from my experience with, twins and Ty Nitty, it's more about they understand you're trying to build something
Yeah.
and they want to help you build it. And I think it's a different level of humanism, we'll call it.
Right.
Because I could even tell you, Big Twins he's a big supporter of anybody trying to come up.
Yeah, that's true shit, bro.
He's a very approachable person. He's very supportive.
Yep.
Um, Same with Ty Nitty.
Uh,
Godfather's a hard one to get a hold of.
yeah, I don't really. Yeah, you're right. You're right. He's not. He's like the least active one on the internet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was very surprising to me that, these guys are willing to do some work with me, but people from my own city are just kind of like, I'll think about it. Not even local cigar smokers will
Right.
support the fucking page. I don't know what it is with Toronto, but they just don't support their own unless you're fucking pedo Drake.
It's crazy, bro. I mean, it'd be like that in New York too, bro. Man, people don't like. You know what it is, man. Well, in my experience, what I can say over here, people don't want to support. Like, it gets them upset to see somebody do good, man. That's a wild fucking thing, man. Why would you feel that way, bro? You'd rather see a nigga on the hood all fucked up, doing nothing with his life, on the corner bullshitting. I mean, so like when they see something good, they don't want to share it, bro. They don't mind, like, bro, man, bro.
It's
Bro,
fucked
you
up
see the,
because so and it's something that I call support culture, and I think it's something that, we need to make a dominant force in social media support culture.
yeah,
Because number one, it's free, it's easy,
yeah,
and you know, you really don't lose anything by supporting somebody else.
facts, bro.
If anything, you build relationships.
That's a fact.
I
Fucking
mean,
Rick Ross.
that's what leads us to having this conversation right now is support culture.
Facts.
You're
That's
supporting my venture, I'm supporting your venture, and even though it's two different avenues, we're
yeah.
gonna bring it together and hopefully something will, even if you get five new eyeballs, it's
Yeah,
fucking,
I mean, shit, that could
you
be
know what I
five
mean?
potential customers right there, bro.
Right?
You know what I mean? That's five. That could be five potential customers that will probably buy something and maybe take some pictures with it. And, you know what I mean? Throw me a tag and yeah, bro. That's eyes on the brand. That's great for me, man. You know what I
Even
mean?
like, we just did the giveaway with Big Twins and Croatian Mafia Cigars. Shout out to Croatian Mafia Cigars as well, man. They're real dope to work with, very supportive, all about branding and shit like that. We just did the giveaway, and the guy that won the giveaway, he's got his own podcast as well. And he got the hat and he got the cigars and he's making the post with it. So now that's another person that's advertising your cigars, your hats, the podcast. Why would you not want to work with people?
Absolutely. It's wild to me, bro. I don't get it.
Because you got to look at it like everything has its bubble, right? The cigars has its bubble, hip hop has its bubble. And if you want to just stay in that bubble, you're only gonna go here,
Yeah,
right? If you really want to go here, you got to go outside that. You got to work with people.
facts, facts.
And
That's
that's why I like doing the giveaways, to be honest with you. I like being able to give stuff away to people.
oh
It
yeah,
it creates cross traffic of, viewers and fans. People get
true.
to get to win some nice shit,
Yeah,
and I like to give back.
it shows appreciation, bro, which is important, man.
I'm in a position where I'm able to financially give back in a way. So I want people to be able to smoke some good cigars or get some good merch from the people we do work with. And speaking of that, I would actually like to do a giveaway with you eventually.
Yeah, man, I'm with it.
I
We'll talk
think
about.
I think that would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
I would love to be able to give away a jacket or a hoodie or something, or
yeah.
because
Look, bro.
once again, it's a very rare limited edition of something that somebody can put on
Yeah,
and and they're gonna know nobody's got this.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, look, we could do something. Shit, we can do Guns and Butterz cigar talk radio jacket, which would be crazy, you know what I mean? Or we could even like triple, you know what I mean? Like if you got an artist, let's say, excuse me, like Twin Gambino or something like that. Yo, we can do a jacket where it's like Guns and Butterz cigar talk, but like Grammy life.
I'm gonna
Crazy
talk to
shit.
yeah, I'm gonna talk to Twins.
Mhm.
I'm gonna see if we could work something out there. I
Yeah,
think that
bro.
that'd be pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
I
Bro,
like
we can throw up like a dozen jackets, bro. Shit. Give them away.
I like to I like to see people, for a moment in time, put a smile on their face and say, yeah, these people care to give something away. And like even for example, like we've done some previous giveaways too. And this giveaway was different where I arranged it so it all was shipped from within the United States. But we've done two previous giveaways where we had all the product here. And the winner was in the United States. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to ship it from here. And the next thing you know, they get fucking billed with some customs bullshit. So I literally drove across the border and mailed it from within the United States to ensure that there was zero cost to anybody.
Shit, bro. That's pretty wild.
You know,
Yo, that's
when I when I say there's zero cost, there has to be zero cost.
yeah. No, I
And
feel you.
if I got to take
I
a
don't,
day trip to ensure that happens, that's what's
yeah,
gonna happen.
yeah, I don't not like that either, bro. I get it. You know what I mean? When I ship, like when I tell people free shipping in the United States, I mean that shit. I will not allow, you know what I mean, for none of my customers get charged for some bullshit. If it
Yeah,
happens, you know what usually what happens though? Over in the United States, they'll deliver the package and then they'll just hit me with the charge, bro.
yeah,
It's never really the customer, you know what I mean? They'll deliver that shit, but then I'll have like a negative something on my account that I got to get back to them.
yeah, yeah.
Forever, you know what I mean? But yeah, deliveries get
So
paid.
if there, if you could sit back and say, if I could do a license deal with one artist only, who's that artist that you would dream to do that licensing deal with?
One artist, man. MF Doom, bro. Yo, when I tell you I love Doom, bro, he's another one that fucked me up when he passed away. And his son, too. His son really fucked me up when he passed away. Because I'm a father. I love my son so much, bro, that
Yeah,
thinking about what it would be like for me to be in that position, bro, I couldn't even think about it. That shit fucked me up, bro. It sucks that his son passed away and then he passed away after that.
yeah, that's pretty wild, man.
Terrible.
It's
But for him, that's the dream. That would be my dream collab for sure. Still to this day, bro, I'll be hoping that Ghostface somehow gets the fucking rights to drop the Ghost Doom album. Because he did an interview recently where he said that Doom's estate has the album. But
okay.
yeah, the albums they got it. There's a Ghost Doom album, but the Doom's estate is the one I got to okay it. Right? So Ghost is just like in limbo with it, you know what I mean? But man, I'll be fiending to hear that shit, bro. Because I know that album fire, bro. Everything they
Yeah.
did together was crazy. I'm telling you, Doom was next level, bro.
So we got that dream licensing deal with MF Doom. We're gonna put that out in the universe. What about a wrestler? If you had one wrestler that you could get a license deal with, who would that be?
Man, the rest of it, man, once I grew up with it, I fuck with a lot. They not here no more, but I mean, you can still go to the state. Damn, the wrestling. It would have to be top three. It would have to be either Hogan, Warrior, or Macho Man. I love them, man. And that's a hard decision to choose from the three. Because style wise, Warrior's colors and Macho Man's colors were bananas, bro. They were fire.
Yeah,
Hogan's red and yellow, he's more basic. You know what I mean? But Warrior and fucking Macho Man's colors were ill. Always different, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. What about classic Sting, those colors?
Sting is ill too, man. Classic Sting is ill too. Man. A Sting jacket would be crazy with his face
Or
painted
what
on.
beer?
Yeah, yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah, Sting's fire, bro. Even when he's got with NWO, NWO Sting was crazy too with the red face paint and all that.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, Wolfpack shit.
You know who else had good colors? What's his name? Birdman Coco Beware.
Yeah, he was fire too, bro. Yeah, he was fire too. Damn, what was the name of the bird, man? Well, the bird had a name, man. I can't remember that shit. Coco Beware was ill though. He'd come out with that motherfucker on the bird on stick. Yeah,
I met all those guys when I was a kid at an airport and of all places, Newfoundland. It was Undertaker, Birdman, Virgil. You remember Virgil?
yeah, rest in peace, man.
Yeah. I met all
Yeah.
those guys at the airport one day and I got all their signatures and shit. And I fucking lost them over the years.
Yeah, man. I got some signatures over there recently. Like I met Demolition, remember them? I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
yeah, I got an 8x10 signed by them. They were cool, mad chill, man. You know what I mean? I met them. You remember the Patriot?
yeah. Yep,
Yeah. Red, white, and blue mask, American flag mask.
yep,
Met
yep.
him, chill. You know what I mean? Met him. Yo, wrestlers are cool when you meet them, bro. Like, I don't think I've met a wrestler so far that was a dick. You know what I mean? Like, not to me. They've been cool.
Well,
Like,
wrestling is one of those industries where it's fucking hard. Like if you look at the stories and I watch a lot of the podcasts, they literally live fucking broke. And you're broke until you essentially become somebody.
yeah, yeah. So you get to
And
like the
they
top.
they have to fund everything themselves.
Yeah, the clothing is on them, the travel is on them. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you know what's power with wrestlers, right? Wrestlers, they're called independent contractors, but the bugged out shit about it is that you're on a contract. So I
Yep.
don't really no sense, you know what I mean? So there was a lawsuit about that. I don't even know what happened with that shit. I know they were suing Vince McMahon about that shit because they were like, you know, you're giving them a contract. They're legally binded to WWE. If they were independent contractors, they can go wherever the fuck they want to wrestle, but they can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like even to this day, a WWE wrestler can't go to AEW and wrestle.
Yeah.
He's on contract with WWE, but yet they're called independent contractors. And they got to pay for all that shit on the road, bro. It's wild. The traveling, the plane tickets, is all on the wrestler. Yeah, the ring gear, all that shit, bro.
What,
That's
what
why
do you
some of
think?
the
What
yeah,
do you think about I've seen a lot of podcasts recently with fucking Bret Hart.
for Happy Butter. Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at is you watch a lot of people's takes on him and it's like fuck like why is he so miserable?
I mean, I get it. He's still mad from the school job, man. So you know what the Montreal school job is?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, he's pissed about that shit. You know what I mean? And it sucks. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was corny. When I watch it, it's wild. Some people still say it's a work. I don't know. I don't know if it's a work. It looked too real. He spit Vince in the face. He punched the shit out of him and blacked his eye. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I can understand why he's. And then the shit with Goldberg. Goldberg, you know what I mean? Like, fucking broke his neck and ended his career.
Don't you think
So
though at a point in time you got to kind of move on?
you do. You do. I
Or or
mean,
do you or do you think that that's his claim to fame currently is to always be recycling the drama because let's face it, social media loves the drama. That's what fuels the clicks.
it's okay to bring it up if you're telling your story. But he's on some criticism shit. You know what I mean? So it's different, you know what I mean? Like, if you're telling your story, it's cool. But yeah, he would genuinely be like, to this day, he's like, fuck Hogan. He was full of shit. And man, like Hogan, rest in peace, you know what I mean? But Shits on Goldberg still. He shits on everybody, bro.
That'd be a cool jacket. That'd be a cool jacket though. A fucking a Hitman jacket.
A Bret Hart jacket would be bananas. A pink and black jacket would be out of this world, bro.
Same
Sure.
thing with Legion of Doom. That'd be a dope jacket too.
That's for sure, bro. Rest in peace to them too, man. It was dope.
Hmm.
Legion of Doom, bro. Yeah, Walking Animal official. Yeah, there's so many dope jackets that you can go with when it comes to wrestling. It's crazy, bro. So many legends, man. Fuck.
I heard I heard that those guys were fucking legit though. Like Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal. Like those
Yeah.
guys were legit fucking tough guy.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Some badasses for real, yeah. And
Same
there's
thing
like,
with what's his name? Mark Henry.
oh yeah, for sure, bro. Like that whole, it's not a gimmick. The strongest man in the world shit. Like this dude was really like doing like these strongman things. You know those competitions,
Yeah.
strongest man in the things where they like fucking dragging buses and yeah, he do all that shit, man. Dude is legit.
There
Even Bobby
was
Lashley, bro.
there was I was watching a little short with Mark Henry and there was a match he was doing and he was supposed to rip the chain off the cage
Yeah, I remember that.
and he
He,
was trying to rip the chain and the chain wasn't breaking and he's like fuck I can't let this not break in front of this crowd and he
yeah,
fucked his hand up but he eventually got that chain and broke that chain like strong armed that chain and fucking is like that shit's fucking crazy.
it's wild, man. Strong dude, bro. And and
It,
then you got your guys, the wrestler that like fucking Bobby Lashley that went to like UFC and beat the fuck out of people, man. Like Brock
yeah.
Lesnar,
Yeah,
man.
Lesnar went to the UFC.
Man,
I
like
think Batista he dabbled in the MMA for a
him
bit.
too. Yeah, Batista was nasty in that shit too. Yeah,
He never made it to the big organizations. Bobby Lashley he dabbled in the MMA.
yeah.
We all seen what happened with CM Punk.
Oh, he got his ass handed to him. Yeah, that was not good. Yeah, that shit was not good for him.
But I mean, hey,
He tried. I give him that. He tried, right?
listen, it takes balls to get into a cage with another man and go, hey, one of us is walking out of here a winner and one is not.
Facts, facts.
And as somebody that's trained, essentially my whole life,
Yeah,
it takes fucking balls. And there's fucking levels to that shit, and you don't realize it till you're in there.
yeah, bro. I feel you. There's these videos I'll be watching every now and then on YouTube where it's like, Bully goes in the cage with like fucking trained fighter. Fucking guy thinks, because he's like big or whatever the fuck it is, but like, yo, you gotta
No,
train dude. And he gets fucked up, bro. I
like
was like, yeah,
I could tell you from experience, I'm 6'3", 220.
okay,
I've been thrown around in the training room by people
yeah,
that are like 140.
it's
It's
wild.
that size is not the second you look at someone and go, oh, okay, yeah, you're smaller than me.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work that way.
I first learned that when UFC first came out back in the days, and I saw like my first few Royce Gracie fights.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck, bro, this guy's a small dude, but he takes anybody, bro, any size. And I see the way this guy he fucking make people submit 3 times his size. I'm like, shit, man, it's a skill, bro. It's nasty
Yep.
shit, bro. Man,
Do you are you a fan of kickboxing at all?
not too much, bro. I don't really watch it now. Not really. I'm not familiar with
Check out Glory Kickboxing. So essentially Glory Kickboxing is 3 3-minute rounds. They have a no clinching rule now. So their whole mindset is we want to keep the action going. If you want to watch good stand-up fighting,
it. Yeah,
watch Glory.
check that shit out. Glory, say it again.
Glory Kickboxing.
Glory kickboxing.
Yeah, my old trainer, Bazooka Joe, he's the commentator for Glory.
Okay.
He was the Glory welterweight champ for a bit. He had a major concussion, and then he got into the announcing and retired from fighting. Um, you see a lot of guys in UFC, they come from Glory now.
Okay, that's what's up.
Alex Pereira, for example, he was a two-weight champion there in Glory.
So that's kind of like how do I say it? A developmental kind of place, like NXT to WWE, kind of.
It's so Glory is like the pinnacle of kickboxing.
Okay,
We'll say Glory is the UFC to kickboxing.
okay,
But once you you establish a certain level and you're winning, 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 I think a lot of kickboxers are like, I want to try this MMA shit.
where I feel you. Branch out, yeah,
Because, you could be a boxer, you could be a kickboxer, a Muay Thai fighter, you could be a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. But until you go in and really get into a competition where you put it all together,
yeah.
I think as a competitor, a lot of them just want to know.
They test themselves out, right?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and essentially when you're a champion, like a high level champion in other organizations that are singular, like boxing or whatever, I think that gives you an in to the UFC. Do you remember what's his name? James Tooney.
Where he's from.
He was a heavyweight champion boxer and he tried MMA like fucking I think he was the first boxer to cross over into MMA. He had a UFC fight with Randy Couture. That didn't go
Okay,
over too well.
shit. But that reminds me of Batista's thing too, because he said that he only wanted to try that shit. When he
Yeah.
won like 2 or 3 fights, they
Yeah.
wanted it. They were like, "Yo, bro, you got it, fam. Like, why don't you go to the next level?" He was like, "Nah, I just wanted to see if I could do it. And now that I know I could do it, it's out of my system, bro."
Yeah.
I was like, that's crazy, you know what I mean? But that's what's up, though.
Well, I mean, Lesnar did pretty good until he ran into Cain Velasquez.
Yeah, that was wild. We were expecting that, right?
And then after that, he never fought again.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
there's levels to it, right? Wrestling is pretty dominant in MMA, but if you don't have any stand-up skills or jiu-jitsu skills, wrestling will only take you so far. But yeah, check out Glory Kickboxing. If you like stand up fucking combat, fucking action packed, you
Yeah,
know,
I just ran into like this. I didn't even know they did this, bro. Bare knuckle boxing matches. I said,
mm.
yeah. I said, well, that's wild, bro.
So Conor McGregor, he is I don't know if he's an investor or part owner of BKFC.
Good.
So he also owns Notorious Cigars, which is his cigar brand.
Yeah.
He's the reason why we had so many views on Instagram. So when his cigars came out is when the podcast came out, and he started sharing all of our stuff on his fucking personal page.
Oh, that's a ill play.
And
Wow.
he's got like 42 million fucking
Oh
followers.
yeah.
So he would fucking hit the share button and boom, like we were getting posts that were like 1 million, 2 million, shit like that.
Yeah. That's what's
So
up.
I have somebody that has backed us from the start. Shout out to Karina Owen. Check her out on Instagram, Stan Classy Owen. She is a distributor with Notorious Cigars, and she's trying to get into the bare knuckle as well. So you never know, man. There could be some avenues there. Maybe you could do a bare knuckle jacket.
Man, let me know, bro. Let
You
me
know,
know,
you
man.
you
That's
never
all.
know.
It's all fucking yeah, bro. For me, it's a blessing. You know what I mean? That I would even have those opportunities. You know what I mean? For sure,
Yeah.
man. I'm so down for that shit. Hell yeah, bro.
And
I'm
I know one of the so there's two owners to Notorious Cigars. There's Conor McGregor and there's somebody else. I'm not going to say their name.
okay.
I know the other guy. He's actually Canadian, and you know, do a McGregor jacket maybe. You
Hell
never know
yeah,
where that could lead you, right?
man. Hell yeah, bro. Yo, listen. At one point, I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I was even willing to fucking make a Takashi 6ix9ine jacket and send it to that fucking guy. You know, and I don't listen to his shit. I don't fuck with nothing he does. But I was just like, yo, you know what? If this dude was to open up a jacket on one of his lives, right? He gets a
Yeah.
package from Butterz and opens the shit up. Bro, you know what that would do for me? Or even like Kai Sanat. You know how Kai Sanat would constantly open up these gift boxes. Yo, people send me this, people send me that.
Yeah.
He plugged it. If he likes it, he'll plug you. Yo, this is from this person. Who's even thinking of that? Yo, what if I send Kai Sanat a fucking box of jackets? You know what I mean? Like, well, now he's got his own clothing brand, so that's out the window. But you know, just brainstorming, like, you know, what if I send people shit like that? You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
open
Yeah.
up, you know what I mean? That's just like, that's eyes on my shit. People get curious. Who's that? Guns and Butterz. You know what I mean?
So like, is it say if you were to do a one-off, right? Um, would it be worth it for you to do a one-off to send it to somebody, or would you have to do like a 24 run?
I could do like a dozen bundles. See the way the manufacturers, they like to do shit by like dozens. They won't, because you know what it is for them. Since I'm getting it manufactured overseas, the cost of getting the materials is astronomical for them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then they get hit with tariffs, and you know they try not to really put it too much on their American customers, so they get hit a lot, bro. I feel bad sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they get fucked up over there. So making one piece, I'm not saying it's impossible. I can do it. I've done it before. Um, but they rather not. But I can convince them always to be like, yo, listen, it's gonna be worth it for you in the future, and they'll do it. They've done it. You know what I mean? You know, I got a good relationship with my manufacturer. They cool. So
You said you're in Brooklyn?
I'm in Brooklyn. Yeah,
What about a Elegy collab?
I like it. Yeah, he's right here. He's in Queens. Man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Elegy is another dope human being, man. I met him. He did a show with Royal Flush and Rusty Jux. So I
okay.
met them in
Man.
Toronto, and
Shout
yeah,
out to
another
Rusty. I did one of
yeah.
his albums. Yeah, I designed cultural. What's the name of it? Fuck. Man, sometimes my brain go blank. The one he did with Big Bob. Culturally Rich. I did the cover for that album.
Oh, really? Okay.
So shout out to Rusty,
So
man. Yeah.
you seem like you got a lot of the connections in place to really take this Guns and Butters to the
Yeah.
next level.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I won't give up on it, bro. Like I'm 5 years in. The manufacturer that I was just talking about, he's the only manufacturer I've ever dealt with. So, you know, he's like the nigga that helped me build this shit. You know what I mean? So we get into arguments. Of course, I sometimes, you know, he does shit and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Whatever. That's part of the game, you know what I mean? Tell him I love him after. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. You know what I mean? Like
So
fucking I'm down for all the collabs, bro.
so we're gonna put that out there in the universe. All these collabs are gonna come your way, and I'm curious and excited to see what the next product is to come from you. You spoke about the Queensbridge Mob Deep jacket with the
Yeah.
sign.
Well,
I want to
the
see
next
that
drop,
happen.
yeah, that's I'm designing that for sure. I gotta do it. I love the fucking whole because it reminds me of what's the second album? Their first album was Juvenile Hell.
Then
It
there was the
reminds me of
infamous.
yeah, the infamous album.
Yeah,
It has that shit, I think on the cover of the back. Yeah, I want to do that for sure. But
I'm
definitely my
looking at it
next
right now
drop.
because I actually have a photo of the infamous album on the wall right now, so I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, this is like Welcome to Queensbridge. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that shit. But for sure, my next drop is cannabis. I already designed it. I already set the mock up, and you know it's already listed on my website. So I'm doing the cannabis drop, which is going to be pretty dope. We're doing two color schemes on that: the navy blue white one to
Yeah.
like Yankees color scheme, and the camo green on black. You know what I mean? You know, because cannabis is for the military, bro. So we got to give some military colors. You know,
So
man was you know, man.
So you said you know cannabis, like you guys are that's your man,
Yeah,
right?
I did 3 covers for him, bro. I did
So I'm gonna ask you
shit.
one more question before we jump out of here. Um, Going back to, and that's another person that I think he could have shined a lot more.
Yeah, bro. But you know
Um,
what? You know what fucked him up? LL Cool J fucked him up, bro, by buying his publishing. Some dirty shit LL did to him, bro. I, you
yeah,
know, you lose the beef, the battle, because let's be real, bro. LL ain't fucking with cannabis. Not at that time. You know what I mean? Cannabis, he's not like what? Because cannabis rap's different now. If you listen to cannabis, he's not like the way he used to rap. Cannabis was like some animal shit before.
yeah.
Man. LL couldn't fuck with him, bro. So because he lost that shit, he bought his publishing and that fucked him up, bro. And then Wyclef joined into that shit, probably helped LL buy that publishing too. You know what I mean?
And then he
So it
also
was,
had that beef with Eminem as well.
yeah, he regrets that. I seen he damn, what interview was it with Nems? He did an interview with Nems. The one where they do that, it's outside in front of his store, Coney Island over there. And he spoke about that. He said that the reason why he dissed Eminem because he thought that Eminem dissed him. And Stan, I think it was one of these records. I can't remember.
Yeah,
He was confused and he was not.
I
He
think
wasn't.
yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
Do you think a lot of these rap beefs could have been avoidable had they just taken a step back and asked some questions first? Like the whole thing with Pac and Mobb Deep was he thought when they said thug life, we still live in it, it was a shot at him.
yeah,
Had you have inquired, so to say, you would have found out that wasn't really what it was.
yeah. It's true, bro. But you know what it was at that time too, right? We didn't have this internet shit, so it's
Yeah,
like fucking Mob Deep will have to go to California to go talk to Pac. Who knows what could happen over there? You understand?
yeah.
Like, might not come back, bro. Plays wild, man. You know what I mean? So that's what sucks. If it was in this era, then it'd be easy to talk it out, bro. We
Yeah.
could just mess with each other, you know what I mean? Yo, hit me up, DMs and talk it out, video chat, whatever the fuck.
So I'm gonna make one statement and then I'm gonna ask you the question I was gonna ask you before we get out of here. Don't you think it's fucking wild that so you had 4321 that was LL, Redman, DMX, and Cannabis,
Yeah,
and LL was actually dissing Cannabis on that record, but still had him on the record.
yeah,
And then you had the I Shot Ya remix, where the original version, Prodigy was dissing fucking Keith Murray. Isn't it fucked up that the only tracks that I know of where artists were actually dissing each other on the same track had to do with LL?
oh, bro. And the fact that you actually dissed them on the record and like, it's crazy, bro. I mean, you heard the verse and you're like, and he wasn't even dissing that. See, that's the crazy shit. Once again,
Misinterpretation.
yeah, he wasn't dissing, bro. He was like showing love, like, you know what I mean? Let me borrow the mic from the arm and
Yeah.
yeah, he took it a different way, bro. And instead of and that's even more fucked up because these dudes were always probably in the same room a lot, and LL could definitely just ask them, "Yo, fam, something between us, nigga. Like, let me know." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could have worked that shit out, bro. And probably would have never went to that. You know what I mean? So
I like
sneaking them,
yeah, I like LL. I appreciate what he's done for hip hop,
yeah,
you know, the whole Rock the Bells radio and all that.
I'm not a
Uh,
fan.
but that was definitely a misinterpretation that could have been avoidable and also kind of foul to diss him, but keep him on the same record.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
From the
It's
outside looking in, that's just my opinion.
yeah, it's disrespectful. It's petty. You know what I mean? It's fucked. It's wild, bro. And then to keep it going too. So like after that, you buy his publishing. You
Yeah.
talk about every time he drops an album, you make money from this shit. Don't get me wrong. It's an awesome tactic, bro. Like if you're that kind of petty person, right? And that's your way to win, fucking chess move, bro. Do I respect it? I don't really respect it though, bro. Because you're taking that man's money, bro. You rich.
Yep.
Why would you do
Hmm.
that shit? You know what I mean?
So the question was, Eminem had a diss track to Cannabis called "Can I Bitch" or "Can a Bitch," one of the two.
Yeah.
And there's a line in there, "Are you just a janitor from Canada?" Is Cannabis from Canada
Nah,
that you know of?
he's from New York. I believe he's from Queens.
So where
I
did
believe,
this come from that he was from Canada?
you know what? This is the first time I'm ever hearing this.
You never have you ever heard the track?
Um, fuck. I'm sure I heard it. It's been years probably since I played it, so I don't really remember it like that. Um,
Yeah, there's
I don't
the
really,
course is like Cannabis, wherefore art thou Cannabis? Are you just a janitor from Canada?
yeah, I don't know where he gets that from. He's a New York guy, bro.
Because when you
Yeah,
look up Cannabis, it always says he's from New York. So I'm curious where the Canada thing came in.
yeah. I don't know neither. I know for sure, bro. Every time I've always searched it, he's like from Queens. I can't remember what part of Queens, but yeah, he's a New York guy.
I'm going
From
to send you
Canada.
the link to the track after this so you can listen to it and listen to what I'm talking about.
I'll check
And
that
then
shit out.
uh and then since you know Cannabis, you could be like, where's this Canada thing coming from? You know?
That's weird.
But
Shout out to
on that
you.
note, man, I appreciate you joining us.
Thank you, bro.
I look forward to what's to come
For sure.
when you do that new Mob Deep jacket,
Yeah.
2XL.
I got you.
Make sure you hold on to one for me.
And there'll be a hoodie for that too. Because remember, like, just every jacket drop I
Yeah.
do, there's always a matching hoodie for it, bro. It's a
And
must.
so make sure you got the hoodie and the jacket. Hold one on for me for 2XL. And for everybody out there, go to gunsandbutters.com.
Sir.
You're gonna get that rare hip hop attire that you're not gonna get nowhere else.
Real.
Very limited runs. Once they're done, they're done. And you have the pleasure of walking outside wearing something that is supporting the small business, we'll call it, supporting the artist, and you're helping out a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, of
So
course.
go to gunsandbutters.com, check out what's on there, order that shit up. Go check them out. Guns and Butters on Instagram. Give them a follow. I'm going to put all the links and everything in the description. And on that note, man, I appreciate it. Enjoy your weekend. And
Thank you so much.
we're going to talk about some things and see if we can make some other things happen.
Absolutely, bro. That's love.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace.